good. All right. I think we are live. And I think we are live.
Right.
Test. Okay. Let's see. What's up with the chat? What's up? Are we live, chat? I think we're live.
Don't get live chat from there.
All right. All right. Awesome. Do this. Yep. Okay. Hey, Craig, can you say something? I want to make sure they can hear you.
Yeah. Check. Mic check 1 2.
Hey, how's he sounding? How am I sounding?
Check 1 2. Yeah.
Are the levels good?
Is it crispy, as we say?
Both good. Sounds good. All right. Awesome. All right. If you don't mind, guys, man, of course, hit the like button. If you don't mind sharing this out, I would truly appreciate it. Who's a little low?
I'm always low.
I mean, I could raise yours up. How do I sound? Am I low also? Want to make sure. Craig is low. Okay.
Yeah, I went all the way up to 70.
No, I got you. Don't worry about it. I could adjust from my end. Craig is a bit low. I could adjust you. You go. Craig is low, so I could adjust you. Let me bump it up to let's say let's do this. All right, say something.
Mic check 1 2.
All right, how's that, guys?
Yeah, I'm looking at my levels.
No, I could don't make no adjustments. I could make your adjustments.
Okay.
Because I could boost you up from here.
All right. Well,
I could do it through the Discord. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
Right now. Yeah.
Bit. Right. Oh man, stop it, Cryptopsy. My man, Crypto. Man, please don't make me do this back and forth. We just leave it. Maybe 5% less. He said, "Can you do 0.05% less?" My man wants the detailed. He wants the IMAX experience. Oh snap, man! Hey, man, I missed you guys, man. I'm glad I'm back. Last week was my wife's birthday week. Had some friends, so I didn't do no videos, no podcast, no nothing. Of course, I took a little shit on Twitter, but for the most part, but I had a pretty good time last week. It was really fun. My daughter came also to see us. Man, we did a lot of stuff, believe it or not. But it was a great time. But guess what, man? Back in the saddle, right? What better way? So we have some good news. We're gonna cover some stuff that's already been cooking. I guess over the last week or so. I would definitely want to talk about that, and then we got some crazy stuff that happened today with Xbox. This shit is wild and stuff. But again, share this out, hit the like button. I'm about to go on Twitter to send out the bat signal to see if I could get the crew up in here. It's because it's gonna be good, some good topics today. But Craig, man, what's going on, man? What you been up to?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Just playing some games. Played a little Madden, a little Helldivers. Stellar Blade, of course. My goodness gracious. Really enjoying that game. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do because I don't play those type of games. But that's actually fun to play so far. And of course, yeah, the protagonist is easy on the eyes, of course. But the gameplay is better than I thought it.
Yeah, I just started. Believe it or not, I think last week I hit up the backlog and I beat Terminator Resistance.
Yeah.
So let's just say that's the type of game for the people who grew up on Terminator. I'll just say that. you gotta have a love for growing up on Terminator, especially Terminator 1 and 2 primarily, right? If you grew up, watching the movie, when Terminator 1 came out, Terminator 2 came out, it's for the nostalgia fan, 100%. If you're not a fan of Terminator or anything like that, you might not enjoy the game. Just put it that
Terminator
way.
1, when it came out, it was niche. I mean, it was a rated R movie. Arnold didn't really have any major speaking roles in it. Or speaking part in it. And then T2 it went.
Oh, that. In fact, I think that was the first movie that broke 50 million.
Yeah,
it was like a huge event back in the days.
Yeah,
it was like the Avengers of what we go through, But if you're a big fan of Terminator, especially 1 and 2, the game is almost feels like canon to the story. That's but other than that, that's just about it. But anyway, I beat that platinum bit actually. But then I started playing Stellar Blade, and oh man, Stellar Blade's phenomenal. Stellar Blade is phenomenal. One complaint though. One complaint. Like the block, it's not as reactive as I would like it to be.
Yeah, I thought they changed that. The thing
I thought so too with the update, but it's still so yeah.
It could be your. Are you playing on a monitor or TV?
I'm playing on a TV.
Okay. Yeah, I would just check your refresh.
Well, I got a Samsung QLED, so it's one of the TVs with the lower response. Yeah, that's the reason why.
Yeah. What I didn't like is when you save, is it respawns all the creatures you just fought. So I guess in one hand that helps you level up, but I didn't like that. I'm like, okay, I just beat these things. Why I gotta fight it again? But it just kind of helps sharpen your skills. So, and I like it. The design of the creatures looks like that shows Stranger Things, the creatures from that other dimension, whatever. Those things remind me of the way they look. So, but yeah, overall, I'm enjoying the game. It's I don't know if it's my game of the year yet. I haven't played Rebirth yet. So, but yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. I started playing Resident Evil 4, but now instead of getting chased by some dude in a hat, I'm getting chased by a bunch of crazy farmers with pitchforks. I'm like, I'd rather get chased with a dude with a hat, So, yeah, those people are mean.
All right, set that up. I sent it out the tweet, sent out the bat signal. But anyway, we're gonna start kicking off with the first topic. Who's in here? Doctor, my little bro's in here. Hey, yo, little bro, you better get up in here. We need to. My man went purple. Oh, he changed. Oh, he no longer green. No, that's Dark Day. Oh, this sucker. Dark Day 19. Who the hell is Dark Day 1985? It's a Dark's doppelganger. Oh, he almost suckered me. I'm like, why is he purple? Oh shit. Oh, she caught me on that one. I'm like, why? I'm thinking, damn, he went like, is PC the color purple? Oh shit. My man went full PC. And I'm like, wait, Dark Day. He said Dark's doppelganger. Yo, he caught me out there, bro. Yo. Yo. Caught me out there. I'm like, wait a minute. My man got Dark Day.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, Doc Day. That's funny. That's pretty funny, man. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this. He's gonna go backwards, But anyway, we're gonna hit up the topics. My brother goes, there's levels to this. He's gonna go, there's levels to this. He's gonna go under. But hopefully we'll be able to get let me see. I'm trying to set this up to it. There we go. Hopefully we'll get Extreme up in here, J-Dub up in here. Hopefully they'll get their opinions and stuff like that on these topics. But I'm gonna start off with you. So let's start with a little bit of old topics, specifically with PlayStation, the whole PSN login, right? So we all know, ultimately, Helldivers and Sony tried to introduce PSN login to the PC version of Helldivers. There was a little pushback. To me, there's two sides of that complaint. One didn't make sense. I think some people nag just to nag, but one side, in my opinion, was valid, was very valid. But let's talk about the one that was common, that most people didn't really, was like, what the hell are you complaining about? Which was PC gamers who live in the countries that have PSN, like United States, whatever. They're used to logging into different third-party applications. Rockstar, Ubisoft, EA, almost everybody has a login. But apparently, the ones who can log in still had an issue with logging into PSN. simply because it wasn't their day one. That was their reason. It should have been their day one. But to me, it's like, does it really matter? Because it's not like they're charging you. It's only 2-3 minute setup. You log in and that's it. You're done. You got it, right? What do you think about that side of the argument? Do you think it was valid? Do you think it was they're just being whiny, cranny babies for no reason?
Whiny babies. It is bitchy. And it's there in the terms of service, right there on on Steam.
Yeah.
So they were just bitching about nothing. And my understanding is that because they don't want to have to log in through any network except through Steam. That's it. That's all they want. So I know one of your other topics is what PlayStation reevaluating stuff. Won't get into that, but just to answer your question real fast, it's the entitlement that they do have, and they shouldn't have to do it. And I mean, I did say in my podcast that Sony doesn't need Steam. They sold a bunch of games without Steam. So, and Steam it will be fine if and when Sony pulls its games. I mean, Steam will be fine. So it's just Sony has more leverage because they have a product that people on Steam purchase. So that gives in this case it's Sony leverage. It doesn't matter what the product is. It could be a Walkman, it could be a television set. When whoever is making this stuff and is putting it into that service, they do have final say, because if they pull their stuff out of there, then they'll bitch a little bit, but then what are they going to do? But yeah, to me, they had no valid argument. I do think Sony should have been a little more persistent, because the problem is people don't read. They don't read. They don't read. People buy new TVs and stuff, and where you go to your terms of service when you first turn it on, when you're first setting everything up, people just click check. Check's like, well, don't you watch it? What about the fact that you have to log into a certain account to update your apps? That's part of your terms of service. So, my TV on terms of service, it self cleans itself. It's like a cat. It does its own internal screen save and cleaning, and I didn't know that, but that's part of my terms of service. Like one day my TV literally popped up, turned itself on and said starting self maintenance, something like that. So it was a part of my terms of service. And I didn't think they had a leg to stand on, because it's right there in the terms of service. That's why.
All right. So I agree with the part of the terms of service. I get it. I didn't understand why they were crying about creating a login account. I know they mentioned, because this server's not safe, hacked. Steam got hacked plenty of times. Listen, to be honest, fucking, what would you call it? Like, the main thing that got hacked for me wasn't even PlayStation. I never got hacked from PlayStation. Not saying that doesn't happen. I got hacked with Amazon. That doesn't mean I give up on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that. But Steam, you could just type in, Steam hacked accounts, and you see a whole bunch of people complaining about hacked and stuff like that, right? That's just the nature we live in this digital world, and everything's monetized. Hackers are gonna go after, and the bigger the platform, the more they're gonna go after it and stuff like that, right? True. So I didn't really understand from their perspective of the account creation, a login, especially when they say, well, I just don't want to do it. You already do it like 5-10 times, right? When GTA 6 comes out, guess what you're doing? You logging into a Rockstar account.
Yeah, if they
end the discussion.
That's a good point. If they say, and when you turn that game on, there's a terms of service, you must create a Rockstar, because there's some people who think
they already have it. That's the crazy part, right?
They already have it.
But,
you've seen the Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer where it's showing you all that stuff in real time, as far as people leaving likes and stuff. A lot of people think it will be connected to the Rockstar Social, whatever that's called.
Yeah, the social club, whatever.
Yeah, social club, yeah. And so if that's true, are you not going to log?
You're not going to play GTA 6? Come on now.
Play? So,
come on. So that's...
I agree. Yeah.
So on that side, it didn't make sense. But where it did make sense, and I think this is where Sony had to fold. This is the main reason Sony folded, because in my opinion, Sony was in the wrong for this aspect. And the aspect where I felt Sony was wrong is they sold the game in countries where you can't create a PSN account. Right? And the only solution is to create an account from another country. But the problem is that violates Sony's terms of service. That doesn't make sense. So that would be like me selling you something that you can't use because of where you live, and the only answer is to violate a rule I made, and if I catch you, I'ma ban you. Then what the hell you want people to do? Like, you shouldn't be selling stuff that you can't support, and that's where I saw Sony screwed up. I'm like, yo, like PSN, whatchamacallit, had like 69 countries, and they said like over 100 countries they had to stop the sale of games. So they were selling these games in countries with no PSN, and then they implement this rule where they say, hey, you gotta have PSN, but the people you sold it to can't get PSN other than violating your own rule. Where you say that's just stupid. And that's where Sony folded. That's the main reason why I think Sony folded, because they're like, yo, we sold all these games all over the world. There's only two options. We remove the requirement, or we have to refund every single game sold in these countries. Now, I don't know how much I know. I know people joke saying all 200. I think it's a lot more than that. But I think that was the main thing. The main thing was you had to do right by people who can't get PSN, and yeah, sure, there's lots of people who are creating foreign accounts, right? There's people, I guess, in Egypt, they don't have PSN, so they use Saudi Arabia. So yes, a lot of people are doing it, but they are taking a risk because that's against Sony's terms of service. Now, maybe Sony's playing a blind eye, right? They might be like, oh, I don't see nothing. Oh no, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing, right? Maybe that part of their terms of service they're not enforcing, but the problem is they're not enforcing it at their convenience.
Yeah.
When you do something mess up, they're gonna use that against you. A little slight mess up. Yeah. You know what? We're just gonna shut your account because according to what you're doing, you're not in that country, so yeah, your account's shut down. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't put that type of power in the company's hands. Like, you violate their terms of service and you hope they're not actually paying attention. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, yo, that's bullshit. Selling the games in countries you can't support. Like, no. If you're gonna sell the game in a country, you gotta support it, or at a minimum, I was saying at a minimum, those countries, they gotta be waived. You gotta tell them, hey, these countries do not need to sign in. But I'm thinking that's not possible, because once you implement the sign-in, I think it's carte blanche. It's either you do it or you don't, and I think that's what happened. So right now, they couldn't do it. Too many people can't do it. Yeah. And I think that's ultimately what happened.
And anybody screaming anti-consumerism, what is that is anti-consumerism. When you sell something and you don't implement, you don't tell people, because they could have said, okay, as of right now, you all can log in, you can play, but on this date, at this time, if you don't have a PSN account, then your game will go away. Now, I agree they should have just waived those countries in, but they didn't, and because it was going to it was going to screw up their own terms of service.
It's probably not only that, it was probably all of it. It's probably maybe they couldn't. Maybe like if you implement the system, it's carte blanche.
Yeah, and it's anti-consumer.
There's no way to separate it.
They would have been sued because
they would have
been sued. So, and they would have lost. So,
they would have easily lost.
Did the right thing. The right thing was just to say, okay, we're not going to do it for this game. And it's the same thing when they kind of all that was it Forbidden West when it was supposed to be a free upgrade, and then they didn't do the free upgrade. It was something like that.
Yeah. So they did a free upgrade for Forbidden West because they said it was going to be a free upgrade. So they had a bye by it.
Yeah, but Jim Ryan had to come out and say, okay, we'll do it for this game.
But not for the future.
But for in the future, you're going to be paying. Okay, that's fine. Sony just did the same thing with this. All right, for this game, we're going to let it slide for Ghost of Tsushima. And then when Gran Turismo goes over there, you will be signing in. That's what's going to happen. They will be signing in. The good news is they backed off of it. The bad news is they showed their hand. So all people are going to do on Steam is the thing they're doing. They're going to complain. They're going to review bomb, and that's all they got left at this point. This is like, if Sony's going to say this is all you got. I don't know if you saw Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Well, he was just like, is this all you have, Sauron? This all you got? You know, this all you got is just the bitch and moan. That's not going to go too far.
Extreme, what's going on, my brother?
Yo, I thought my mic was muted. I'm here cutting up things. You guys catching me slacking?
Yeah,
you're catching me off guard. I'm here cutting up strawberries because I got to celebrate the wonderful week we just had.
Oh,
You know,
man,
I've got to have a nice dessert.
Yes.
Mm,
Get that cheesecake.
Listen. It's been a tasty week. It has been a tasty week. Hasn't it been great? Hasn't it been
Oh.
great? This is the first what I call a flashpoint moment, you know, that I'm a part of. I wasn't here for the 2011 hack. I missed out on that.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't here for 2016 E3. I missed out on that. Finally, a great gaming moment, and I'm a part of it.
You're a part of it. Now you're part of the history. You were there to
Yo,
witness it.
I was there, man. I was in the stands. Matter of fact, I was down in the mud pit. You know, it was great. I loved it. I loved it, man.
Ain't it
Oh,
great
what a
feeling?
great
It's a
week.
great feeling to be part of it.
Oh, it's a great feeling to be part of it. I've always had to like catch up. You know, I would go back and I told you I would like watch old podcasts that you had and
Damn.
on different channels Z had, and now I'm just like, God damn, that looked like so much fun.
Damn,
That looked like so
now
much
look
fun.
at- Now you were part
You
of
know?
it. You were in the
Now I
mosh
was a
pit.
part of it.
You were in the mosh pit.
Listen. I loved it. I loved it, man. Just give me a second. I turned on the camera in a bit, and I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I've got to cut up these strawberries. I've got to eat. People have got to see my joy on my face. But yeah, what are we talking about? We're talking about them bitch ass PC gamers.
So Craig gave me his view. So let me get your view. But I saw this as two parts. The first part was the PC gamers that had access to PSN. You know, they live in a country, they could do PSN. They were just simply complaining because it wasn't their day one. I thought that didn't make sense. I thought, to me, they're just crying because they're just crying because you take 2 minutes to do a login. The second part I thought was a legitimate complaint, and the only legitimate complaint was Sony selling games that they can't support themselves, and that the only answer was for you to do something that violated Sony's term in the first place, which was create an account overseas, you know, a foreign account, which in my opinion, that's bad practice. Like, Sony shouldn't be selling stuff that they natively can't have the people legally play. Like, I shouldn't have to break a law or a terms of service to play your game. You should be able to provide it to me, right? Or waive, you know. So, but what's your first part? Well, I know what your first part. I just want you to say it officially because I saw you on Twitter.
Listen,
the first part, like the PC gamers that can create an account. They live in America. They live in England. They live in Australia. You know, they have PSN.
Listen. We have found out so many things. By the way, I turned down my volume, guys. I turned down my volume. I'm sorry. I was
No, you're good.
I was doing. What was I doing? I was recording a video, and it requires my volume to be down. So I hope everybody is happier with this volume level. I'll just check what the chat is saying, you know. But yeah, listen. I have never seen so many people named 177 countries, and they can't even name the capital of 5 of those things. You don't know. I've had so many people, you know, that like I've got friends from Blackistan. And in Blackistan, they just can't make a PSN, man. They've got high-speed internet access to play this game. We play 24/7 with my friend Bundulu, but yeah, just can't make it. He just, man, so many people had black. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people were friends with the third world. It was crazy. It was crazy the friends list people had. Listen, all of you PC gamers, 90% of you complaining on Twitter, which means that you are on Twitter. And you are complaining, which means that you're taking longer than the 2 minutes it takes to make this account. Yeah, 90% of you are just crybabies. Straight up, one up and down. And the one argument that is dumb is the argument of, oh, they didn't enforce it day one. And I'm like, listen, if you and another party, right, you make an agreement to something, and in those agreements are certain terms. And then those terms are, of course, enforceable. You know, the other party is either going to penalize you or they are going to come back to you and ask you to do better work, whatever it is. And then so you deliver a project, whatever that project is, and then 3 months later, they're like, hey, listen, this part of the project didn't satisfy this condition. Do you think you're going to be like, wait, 3 months, guys? Really? Like, if you build a house, you know, and then you're like, hey, I like a balcony, but it's your holiday house. So you get there 3 months after it's supposedly finished, and there's no balcony. And then you call up the construction company, and you're like, hey, where's my balcony? Where is it? And they're like, yeah, listen, bro, come on. Don't be such a hard ass about it. That was 3 months ago. We moved on now. We moved on. Just call us for the next project. We'll give you the balcony then. Listen, PC gamers are weak. They are, and they require so much validation. How is a master race always such in constant need of validation? It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's what I think about the first part. I think they're just bitch made. I think that they were just using this list of countries to mask their own insecurities. And the fact that they don't want to make another account. And you know what? The only thing that makes sense is what your brother said. because you guys were on Blaze 4K's podcast. I'm so sorry I missed it. Listen, and he said that PC gaming is so annoying already that anything else that will make it just slightly more inconvenient, it just makes you go crazy. It is the straw that breaks the camel's back. So you know what? That is the only thing that made sense. Like PC gaming is annoying. It's painful. Have you ever like just opened up a game and then suddenly it's not working because these drivers auto updated and they are the wrong ones for this particular game? So you have to roll back the drivers and then you have to spend an hour in forums because it never tells you what's wrong. It never goes like, hey, by the way, in your absence, I did something on my own. Cheeky. No. All it does is it presents you the problem and it's like, hey, have at it. So you spend 2 hours on the forum just to find out that it was just this driver update. Then you try to roll back to it, and then NVIDIA is like, are you sure you want to roll back? I don't like it when you roll back. I like when you move forward. Let's just go forward. And you're like, no, go back. And they say, no, but there's this new game that you don't care about that just came out, and I'm really optimized for that game. And you're like, yeah, but you broke my game. So then let me get back to the old ones. I was working with my game. And it's like, oh, do you really have to? Do you really have to roll back this driver? And then it's the same thing across every component. Every component in the PC requires like its own dedicated attention. Like you have fans. I've got LED fans, right? Sometimes they don't synchronize. Like, I feel like being blue. And everybody's like, we'll be red. Let's get all American about it. Get that blue, white, and red going on. And I'm like, no. You're all supposed to be yellow. Exactly. 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 They get patriotic.
So I think, so when I saw the blowback from the PC gamers, like I said, the only legitimate complaint I saw, whether it was, whatever, whether they meant it or not, but I think it was still a legitimate complaint, was Sony selling games that they can't fully support. You sell something, you need to be provided support. Yeah. And I just say to myself, like, some of the screw ups in gaming that we've seen a lot, right? From Halo, June showing, if you remember, right? Halo Infinite's original showing. And it just seems like, who are these project managers that work for these companies? Like, they can't anticipate, like, normally, like, IT project management or some type of project management, one of the things you get taught is, identify risks, identify things that go wrong. Like, you're telling me in Sony, somebody, a project manager, when they were formulating this idea, like, hey, we're going to implement PSN and stuff like that into this game, somebody on the staff didn't say, hey, wait a minute, this game is being sold in countries we don't have PSN. How does this work? Like, somebody didn't say that at the table in a room. Like, I'd be like, sometimes I'm thinking, like, I cannot be this, like, I don't know. Like if I work for that company, if I was a project manager, and they're briefing, I'm sure they have their little conference briefs, they're on PowerPoints, and they're explaining, how they're going to implement PSN, and they're working towards it. I would have raised my hand. I'd be like, hey, how do you plan to mandate this when we have this game being sold in places without PSN? And then the guy might answer, well, they'll just open up a foreign account. I'd be like, they can't do that. That breaks our terms of service.
Terms of service, yeah.
That's illegal. They can't do that. And then everybody would be quiet. And then I would say, that's why I'm the fucking project manager. All right? Recognize me, bitches. That's what I would say. Recognize me. This is why I'm here for. Because y'all do maybe this is the shit Hiroki Totoki meant. Now, these guys create games, but when it comes to business, they tend to do stupid shit. They make a great game, but goddamn, these guys, when it comes to business, fuck. Like, they get shit wrong. Like, maybe this is what he meant. Like, fuck, like you guys really trying to enforce shit when there's so many goddamn countries that don't have PSN? Like, I didn't know you didn't have PSN. Then shut the fuck up and make games. Let the business decision be us. You just make the game or something.
Listen. I think it comes from Sony's DVD history, because essentially, no, I'm serious. Because if you remember when DVD came out, they were region locked. I don't know if you knew this, but if you were to buy, if you were to buy a DVD from like India, exactly, that's right.
And the games were except too, yes.
Yeah, that's true. Except the games were a broader region because it was basically regional to either PAL or NTSC. Yeah, but with the DVDs, they have 4 different regions in the world, I think. Mm-hmm. And if you look at PSN accounts, they are closer to the DVDs. Like, if I have an Australian account, I can switch it to an American account, even if I move to America. So my E4 Extreme, whatever digital library I have, If I move to America, I have to leave that. Yeah, I have to leave that behind, and that is incredibly dumb.
That's
Because exactly because when I go and I use my Netflix account, whether created in Australia, in France, in America,
You get
I
to
can
the
use
same
it
one.
all over the world. Exactly.
Yes.
And if I need to change my payment method or my address, I can do that
Yes.
directly.
Absolutely.
Sony needs to rethink the entire PSN infrastructure and get rid of that region lock. Because if they had done that, this issue wouldn't be a thing. Because now they would allow you to have a base level PSN account to link to, and it will only be if you want to get a PlayStation Plus service where you actually have to pay the money that you would then subsequently need to worry about is PlayStation Plus supported in my country. But just to have a basic PSN account, that should be a worldwide international thing. That should be region free. It should not be tied to a particular region on the globe. That never made any sense.
And I wonder how that would improve like just sales, right? Because you got certain games that are only available in Japan or something like that.
Yeah.
Just that you just have this wider market of games, and you can be like, you know what? Oh shit, let me buy this game. This looks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this
I mean, that's
they're
what
holding themselves back.
I mean. Listen, that they will not go that far because again, Netflix doesn't have an international library, so libraries will still be
It
region
changes.
locked.
Yeah.
But at least you can use the same account. At least when you create the account on Netflix, they don't ask you, or even if they do ask you, they do not stop you from creating an account just because you happen to be in one particular country or the other. That is what they should have done. And I think that's what they should have communicated. They should have said, hey guys, we're still going to bring this back, but we're going to fix this one issue because that's your only legitimate complaint. But know that in a year, when we fixed our shit on our end, and you can get a PSN account anywhere in the world, and we've gotten rid of this dumb region lock, we're putting it back because that is still what you agree to. Like, it doesn't matter when they do it. They could do it 3 years from now, but you still agree to it on day one. It's a bit like if Adobe catches you pirating the software, you could have been using it for 7 years, and when they catch you, they'll deactivate it. They'll lock it up. You can't go to Adobe like, hey man, come on, I built my business on this. It's about 7 years ago. Let bygones be bygones.
It's just not even
There's
the
no
current
statute.
Adobe. It's not even the current one.
Exactly. You just said there's no statute of limitations. They'll be like, nah, bro. This is our shit. We're taking it back. It'll be like if someone stole your laptop, right? And then 2 years later, you find it. So you pull up to the guy, you pull up to the house, you've got policemen behind you, and you're like, hey, I want my shit back. And he said, but I stole this 2 years ago. Like, my entire business runs off of this. And you're like, my shit is mine. You can't just steal from me and then say that, hey, it happened 2 years ago. Let it go. Why? It doesn't work like that.
Let me do these super chats real quick. We got Black Metal Gamer. It says defending Game Pass is like defending public transportation. Oh, wow.
Damn.
Oh, man. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that, the topic.
Wait, first of all, fuck that. No. Hold on. Public transportation is great. Okay? All right, this should be better. We're not going to go after public transportation.
Oh, wait. We're probably in America, so he's just
No. But the thing is, it should be better everywhere. Don't compare public transportation to Game Pass.
I'm just telling you. I'm just going to take public transportation to New York.
Christ.
You might change your mind. You might be like,
No. I will never. But you know what I will also never do again? Take your taxis. Your taxis are suicide divers.
Really?
They are the real hell divers in real life. Whoa. When I was in New York, this man drove in a way. And I was like, how are seatbelts not mandatory? How are seatbelts not mandatory? I was in the shaker cup. They would accelerate as fast as possible, brake as hard as humanly possible, and then just keep moving. You're just...
Yep, you were in New York, all right. You're racing to the next light.
Oh my God. Oh.
Jimmy Harrison, man, thank you so much, Jimmy. Thank you so much, man. Long time supporter, man, my brother. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I hope you enjoyed the show and stuff. All right, so with this, right? So we talked about how the reaction, whatever, right? Now, Sony got a taste of the power of the master race, right? I mean, these guys started even review bombing games that had nothing to do with this. They went through the whole portfolio of Sony first-party games. It first started with Helldivers 1, which absolutely had nothing to do with this. And then they just started doing, Horizon Forbidden West. Zero Dawn, everything. If it was a Sony PlayStation game, They review bombed it and
Yep.
stuff like that, right? And it was by a lot. I mean, Helldivers 2 tanked. Oh man, they went. It was like 100K and like within 2 days.
It was
or something.
200,000. Yeah.
Wow,
200,000.
they went at
Yep.
that game hard body, right? Review bombed, God of War, all this stuff, right? Do you think Sony, I don't want to say, do you think Sony now looks at the PC gamers different, right? Do they now realize the community they're dealing with? And do you think what they experience, they now have to tread carefully with PC gamers, right? Because in my opinion, I think Sony just be like, oh man, they buy games, there's a whole community there, let's just do whatever we want. And then they realize, PC gamers are not PlayStation.
Not that deranged.
They are not. Yeah. They are not PlayStation gamers. You are going to them. They are not coming to you, right?
I mean, they're terrorists. Let's face it. You know, between the review bombing, the death threats, the hypocrisy of being like, I'm not going to create a 2-minute account, and then you will go and you research and you go and review bomb each and every single title that ever came. I mean, they were probably going to go after EverQuest next, just for the history. Just for the history.
Nobody even knows
exactly
what the fuck that game is.
Let me tell you, when I've done the research eventually, they would have been like, we're going to go after the legacy franchises. Like, we're going after everything. They would have gone to Sony Mobile. You know how Sony actually has like a popping mobile scene in Asia?
Yeah.
They would have gone after that on the Play Store. Exactly. These are terrorists.
That game.
These are terrorists. And listen, Sony better move carefully, because these people, now that you're giving them a taste of your bitch-assness, they are going to now insist that every single game, no matter what you say before, you could put it in big flashing letters, PSN account required, on every single promotional material. They are now going to bitch and complain every single time. Because again, for probably 10% of the player base, you've done the right thing. But for the other 90%, you just capitulated. You just bend the knee.
And one of the things I mentioned was... go ahead, Craig, please. Go ahead. No,
I was going to say, yeah, they are reevaluating putting games on Steam. My understanding is, and again, this is when they build their own PC launch store, that they're just going to be with Sony, then they're going to be with Epic, and both will require you to create a PSN. Of course, the Sony store will.
Yeah, I just don't know that store is going to work.
Epic. The Epic store or the PC or the
Sony
store?
PlayStation Sony store.
The PlayStation
I don't see
store
that working.
Well, I mean, again, if you want,
I would love to see it just for the fuckery.
Yeah, I mean,
because oh my God, listen, I even put it on a tweet, right? If Sony created their own store and decided to not put their games on Steam anymore, my God, the fuckery that would ensue.
Well, and not only Steam,
you thought
then maybe a 6 to 10 months later it goes to Epic, and again, still have even
funnier. And still not on Steam.
Yeah, and still not on Steam. So again, you attack Steam two different ways, so, and because they're not going to get the PlayStation games,
the heart attack.
They would go nuts, and so they're really thinking about doing this. So, it is what it is. So, are they reevaluating? Yes, they are. Now, people will say, "Well, that doesn't make any sense." Like, it makes perfect sense. Epic doesn't take as big a cut, and then when Sony opens their own PC launcher store, they get 100% of the profit. They don't split that with nobody. So,
but the problem is the sales, though. I don't think they'll get good sales. These Steam guys, they won't use other stores. They just won't use it.
Yeah, that's fine. And guess what? They won't be playing the games. Just like right now, if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you're not playing a Nintendo game, and you have to live with that. I don't disagree, but if they want to, and I've always said, if they want to, quote unquote, because the PlayStation fanboys are mad at that Sony did this. So this way, this tempers them, and it'd be like, hey, look, yes, we're going to put this in our PC launch store day and date, but it's our store, and then we're going to put it onto the console, and then months later, the outside entity, Epic, months later, will get the game as well. But everybody's going to have to log into PSN, and if you have and I was talking to J-Dub about this, and I asked him what his opinion was, and he was like, for him, it wasn't a big deal because he already has a PSN, account. We all have it. So
but what good would a store be if no one's really using it?
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Decent point, but this is what they're possibly planning to do.
Yeah, but
I mean,
but I think But
But
like
how do you
Microsoft,
gauge
they
it?
tried
I
to
don't
do
know.
it, and they they eventually just gave up. Because
Yeah,
after a
and I
while, you
understand-
have to sell your games if you're gonna put it on PC. And right now,
Yeah.
really, Steam is the de facto store to sell games.
Well,
if
you have
you want.
Steam, you have Geo. Is it GOG? Hopefully, I'm saying that
Yeah,
right.
I mean, once in a while, but
so
Steam
there's-
is like the de
yeah,
facto
so-
place.
But again,
That's
if
the
you want
problem.
to,
Well, not the
with
problem.
them,
That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
To me, Steam
If
is
you
like the
want to compete with
PlayStation
them
of stores
for a
on
while.
PC. It's like that's where you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but if you're going to compete with them, which that's what I'm hearing they want to do, they have a product that the Steam people want. And what are they going to do? Go over to the PlayStation
that's
thing
just-
and try to review bomb? That's not
But
going to work.
You know what's crazy though? That's what I don't understand though, because like, how can you? Let's say it's Sony. Again, project management. These guys suck. Because how can you say you want to compete with Steam yet you already put so much content on Steam? Like that doesn't like what? Like what are we doing here? Like if the whole goal was to create your own store, I would have never put anything on PC in the first place. Because you
I don't
already
think
set
they're creating their own
well,
store.
that's the
right?
beauty of it.
They already. I don't think they're creating a store because they already set
I
precedents.
don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't
either.
think so.
Because they
The
already set
number-
precedents by selling games without their own store. They already created that. They already created
still
that.
will
You
do
know
that.
that thing. What?
They still will do that just through Epic, just through GOG.
No, they're not gonna do that because number one, these PC gamers did not want to sign up for 2 minute thing. And they would have rather taken 10 hours out of the day to do everything but sign up to the free easiest. Like seriously, they saw the easy path and they were like, no, I'm gonna go climb a mountain instead. And it's like, no, push this button and we are good. And they were like, no, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna come back and circle around the world until I don't have to push this button anymore. The store will be far worse. They will make this look like the warm up before the game. Like,
This would be a catastrophe, bro.
dude, and also it doesn't make sense just logically speaking because like Porto just said, you do not start by conditioning your people that this is available in this store only to put it out because that's what they will have to do. They will have to put it out, at least delist the games from Steam and then put it on their store exclusively or put it on Epic exclusively. And these people, like Epic Game Store, gives them free games, and they're still not using it.
Yes. They're not playing. They're not playing the free version of games because they want it on Steam.
Exactly. The Game Pass.
Epic is
gives
like,
them-
yo, it's free. Nope.
Well, here's the problem, I think, is that they have something that these other people want. And so either they
No, but they
believe their
don't.
own-
No.
And-
Here's the thing. Unless
they
they're going to
do.
pull Helldivers, they don't. They don't want Sony games.
No, I'm not
How many
saying
of them have bought like a Horizon or a God of War or this? They don't generally want Sony games. Again, Helldivers got lucky. It happens to hit that perfect sweet spot of like the PC gamer mentality,
Mhm.
but it's like the only one of Sony's titles that does that. The other ones don't even come close. Like Horizon, I think, and Days Gone sold surprisingly well considering, but
is that
everything else, exactly, everything else is just like it wasn't even worth porting. Really, like why'd you put God of War there? No one bought it, even though it was literally a game of the year. So it's like
2018 God of War. I thought it
Yeah.
did sell pretty well.
they didn't really.
Maybe
Like
like a
I don't
million
think
or
it's
two
even
million.
cost like 3 million. Yeah, I don't think it's cost 3. Like, and again, for Sony's perspective, as long as they put it on Steam, it doesn't matter how little it sells because it's just free money. They don't have infrastructure
That's
to
what it
worry
is.
about. They don't have servers to worry
It's the
about.
ROI.
If
It's
you
the
were to do
return
a
of
store,
investment.
exactly. If you were to do a store,
You
now
have
you
to
have to
curate
do
that.
all of these things, curate that, do all of this licensing because by then, since Sony just takes so long to do things, they probably still won't have fixed the PSN issue.
And you're not
So now
gonna
you go
create
from
a
selling
store-
100. Yeah, you go from selling like
There you go.
300
They're
You're not gonna
countries.
create a
Countries.
store just for your first
Like-
party. You're gonna have to include
Exactly.
third party, which they're not gonna
Have third
buy the
party
third
on there
party.
and second party stuff like that.
Yeah, but they're
You
not
know,
gonna buy
it's-
third party on that store.
well,
And if they were to do the store, they
Why
will
not?
have to do PC
Who-
mandate, and now
who's
you're
gonna-
taking away from console. So again, it just doesn't make any sense. I know King Crash believes they're going to do a launcher. I know a lot of people believe they're going to
I
do
don't
that.
think so.
I don't see it. I think they might do like a companion service. Like, hey, if you download this PSN like companion site thing, you get to see your trophies there. You get to see
Like
your
the app
profile
on the
there.
phone, like
You
the
know,
companion app on the
exactly,
phone.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Something like
I
that.
agree with trash. I think they're going to do a store.
Listen, I just don't see the sense in it.
I understand what you're saying. I understand.
If they do a store, let's say if they do it, they're just gonna fail. Because think about it. Not maybe, they will.
No. It's better.
They're absolutely gonna fail. Absolutely gonna fail.
Well, I go back to something Michael Jordan said. I go with something Michael Jordan said, which is you gotta want to take the last shot.
Yeah.
Even though you're gonna miss it most of the time. Now the kids, they call that the Mamba mentality. But yeah, if you ultimately their goal is to go up against Steam, and again,
but it's not though. The goal was to. Sean Layden told us what the goal was. It was to bring people to PlayStation. That is the entire fucking point behind this thing.
Yeah.
But how are you bringing people to PlayStation if you're not catering for them on PC? Like if you got your own storefront, now that's just more reason for them to stay where they are. Their goal isn't to listen. It's like cities competing for like high talent. Okay, like you're bringing these companies inside your city so that people with like high incomes and everything can come. You can tax them. But now if you go and you create a center like a research center inside another city where they already live, why would they move to yours? So again, I don't understand why they will create a store on PC. Why would they want to compete against Valve? No one has succeeded in competing against Steam. There's not a single store that Sony actually competes against Steam.
Here's the thing. So Sony doesn't have anything to compete with Valve. They don't have anything. Wait, we can't hear you.
No, I was listening. I'm watching these NBA highlights. But no, there is something. I agree with Thrash. There is something they're going to do because again,
but they're gonna fail.
Hold on.
Bad.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not. That's fair enough.
Think about it. Because Craig, what does Sony have to pull people from Steam?
To pull them, it's not, pull them. I would say they have their first party content.
But that's the thing. PC gamers don't care about that. They don't care about games.
That's the barter. Again,
if you notice,
that's the barter that they're going to make.
Yeah, if you notice, PC gamers don't actually hold games as the main reason to play on something. I don't disagree with you saying they trust overall. Features, capabilities, refunds, all this stuff. That's what they look. That's why Epic. Epic technically has the most popular game in the world, Fortnite, and even they couldn't do it.
Well,
and Epic Game Store was like, and we actually make things cheaper for developers. We only charge 15%. And we're gonna give you free games. And the people be like, no, we want Steam. No matter what Epic said, no.
But Epic does have Fortnite, but that's pretty much it. Sony would have Fortnite or Fort Pub. They have all the other second and third.
No, but they won't. That's another thing. A lot of the stuff that Sony has won't have it on PC. Fortnite will not be in their store on PC. They won't. Well, that would be an Epic Store exclusive. Right? That's their exclusive on their store on PC.
But it's on PlayStation console, right? And and they would just link it. Yeah, I mean that's my whole point is that you cannot say you cannot do what they're doing, like M just said. You can't bow down to terrorists. They're going to reevaluate what they're doing. My understanding is they're looking to pull their games off of Steam. Not tomorrow, not in 3 months, but after they get everything going, then they'll just say, okay, well, and they can split the difference.
They're
think
split the difference makes sense. That's
which
is time. That is
we're going to put what I heavily disagree. I want to see. I want to see
content creation. It's gonna be great, but for gaming, that's a stupid idea. That's a stupid fucking I'd be like, man, you guys are a bunch of rereads. I would be out in this room like, this plan is dumb. Like, who came up with this stupid ass plan?
Because what they could possibly do is what they're doing now, and it's like we all said, which is to go ahead and say, okay, going forward, like they just did with Ghost of Tsushima, like they're going to do with Gran Turismo when it comes out, they're going to say, the link or whatever you want to call it, PSN is going to be required. And
listen, you know what? They should just give up on that now. They should just give up on that. They should just save us all the trouble. Just give up on it. They fucked it up. They fucked it up.
Bad planning, bad project management. That's what I'm saying. The store at this point, it doesn't make sense. Like, we're gonna create a store for our competitor, but before we make it, we're gonna put our games on a competitor and get
also
used to playing our games on the competitor's platform. And then at a certain point later on, we're gonna take it all back and then expect the people to be like Extreme said, these guys got pissed off over a free login. Because, you know, a free login, you're telling me you're going to tell the same community, yeah, you can't buy games on your store. You're going to buy it here. Are you kidding me? These guys are going to go from defters to actually attack Sony headquarters. They're going to firebomb the building. They look at all the trouble for something that's free. They're going to firebomb the place.
They're reevaluating, which is the question. Are they reevaluating? Yes. What are one of the things they're thinking about doing? Yanking their games off Steam and putting them.
I think it's the opposite. If anything, I think that was the original plan, and they're probably realizing, yeah, this ain't gonna work. This whole PlayStation Store, this ain't gonna work. We can't even get these guys to just add an email, put your first name, last name, and click submit. We can't even get them to do that. Now we're gonna get these guys to actually do that and buy games. They're not gonna do that shit. I think if Sony did have an idea for a store, that plan canceled. They said, yeah, we're nixing this plan. This ain't gonna work. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of the amount of money they're gonna have to take to invest in the store, get their party on the store, maintain the servers, make sure the servers are in equilibrium with the console servers, all that shit, just for the PC gamers to say, fuck you, we're just not gonna buy nothing from you. And now hardly anyone's using it, but you still gotta pay the cost to upkeep of the servers. They're not doing that shit. They're gonna be like, we're not even gonna bother. We're just gonna stick with Steam at best. They'll still do the account login just to merge, keep the overlay, but I don't think they're gonna invest millions into this. Invest millions when they can't even get people just to do something for free, let alone convince these people to actually start buying stuff on their store and not buy it on the Steam store. I don't think so. I think Sony said, you know what? If anything, I'm more thinking of Sony's like, holy shit, this PC community is very volatile. Clearly, the relationship between clearly the relationship between PlayStation and the PC gamers is literally on a game-by-game basis. Each game, you're being reevaluated, and the moment you do something stupid, they will destroy you, right? And I'm not saying that's wrong or right. It's just how it is. But it's clear the PC fan base is not a PlayStation fan base. It's just simply a PC fan base taking advantage of PlayStation games. But there is no community or anything like
away
that.
from them. Yeah, no, I'm not denying the way they are. And I literally said they're bitchy little babies. They're bitchy crybabies. But if they really want to quote, stick it to them, you simply take stuff away from them. And they'll complain. They're going to, but M's right. They're going to complain no matter what. No matter what they do, they're going to complain. So, and Sony knows that now. So that's why I said, I'm glad that with Ghost of Tsushima that they said, no, for the single player game, no login. You want to play the multiplayer facet, you're going to play it. You're going to log in. If if same's going to be with Gran Turismo. Because of the constant updating it does and things like, yeah, you're gonna have to log in to get our updates, or you can play it off without the updates and see how it goes. So that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but I don't
think what's gonna happen is
that store's.
I think what's gonna happen is they are going to just let go.
They just getting it ready, like Chocolate Thunder says.
I think that store is. If they launch that store, that shit is like that shit will die faster than PSVR 2. That shit is dead.
We'll see.
That shit is dead. DED. Dead. You don't even get the A. That's how dead it is. It won't even survive.
Only one vowel.
Yeah, only one vowel. DED. That's it. You don't even get the A in this case. That's how dead it is. You don't have time to add the A. Just go straight. Just go straight to the cremation, to the crematorium, and just burn that sucker down. That failure will be as fast as the Sony 3D TVs, bro. Let me do
yes.
That's how fast that shit will burn.
They lasted for those 3D. That 3D fan lasted almost 4 years. Well, I understand what you're saying. I disagree. But we'll see. They want to. If when you have something that everybody else wants, and I see.
But
Craig,
they don't want it.
Go ahead. You know what? Look at this. Helldivers was the most popular game PC gamers bought that was Sony first party, and you see how fast they turned on it.
Well, it wasn't.
And this is by far the most popular thing they love. And you saw how fast they said, nah, fuck this shit, over a free login.
Yeah,
Imagine what
like
they'll
they-
do
like
to
I
like
said.
Horizon Zero Dawn or like a game that only sells a fraction of Helldivers. They will cremate that game. They will cremate
Well,
it.
like,
They went after
again,
games that had
all
no. Helldivers 1 is like, what did I do? Like, I'm just
Well,
an
that's-
indie game.
Well, that's my point. Is that
Yeah.
if you want to, it's not about changing their behavior. It's like, hey, look, guys, you all want us to put games on PC, we put them on PC. But they're not.
You're correct.
They're not on your launcher. They're going to be here and here.
Yeah, here's a
One
fundamental
player
reason
sign
that I
up.
think this is not gonna happen. Yeah, it's what P said. They don't care about games.
Well, that's fine.
PC gamers are not gaming fans. They are not in it for the gaming. They are in it. They are more actually. They love PC building more than they like PC gaming. It's
No, I
just
don't disagree.
100%.
Yeah,
But the thing is, you keep
they're-
saying that, oh, if you take this product, which is the game, and you want it, you will come over here, but they don't want it. That's the
fine,
thing.
too.
They don't want
It's a
it.
zero-sum game. But that's
This
my
is like
point.
this.
It's a
No, but that's the
zero-sum
same
game.
logic as this is the same logic as Microsoft did with the whole Game Pass thing, where they're like, oh, if we put it where you are, you're gonna want this thing, and it's like, no, we don't. Like, people don't want Xbox games. PC gamers don't want Sony games. Like, it's just like you just have to accept it. Now, again,
No,
is there
I
an
have,
exception
that's
to the rule? But then why do you keep saying that if they just move these things over to this store,
No,
it's somehow going to force their hand?
Extreme. The question is, are they reevaluating what they're going to do about PC? The answer to that is yes. One of the things I understand that they're reevaluating is putting games on Steam because they're looking to build their own store. Now, what you all are both are saying is that, well, that store is going to fail. And I said, okay.
So this is where it don't make sense.
And I said, okay.
Wouldn't the reevaluation be don't create a store? Because that would make
In
more
theory,
sense.
Yeah, that's fine too. Your question.
No, because like if I
No,
see
your
people,
question-
if I see people, let's say for example, I had no intention of creating a store, and then I seen this whole scenario with the login, I wouldn't reevaluate. Be like, you know what? These guys ain't gonna log in. I'm gonna make a PS store where they can log in, and you gotta buy my shit there. That doesn't make sense. If anything, I would stay away. Like, you can't take the game out of Steam because they would crucify you. Like to me, the reevaluation would be shut down the idea of the store. That would be the reevaluation.
Well,
that makes more sense.
That's why I said, and you're saying this is a zero-sum game. If they're
Yeah,
going to complain, or if they're going to complain no matter what happens, you can put it on a trash can. They're going to bitch and moan because they're a bunch of bitchy little girls. Then just take it away from them. They're going to complain. You're right. They're going to throw a fit. They're going to do
Yeah,
all
but
this
if you
stuff.
take it away
You're right.
from them, you make no money.
It's not taking it away from them. It's just going somewhere else. Yes, they still want to be on Steam. That's fine.
But
That
in
is
the
fine.
end, but in the end, who loses out? Who's the real loser in that scenario?
Well, we don't
Sony.
know because it's
It's Sony.
Okay, we'll see.
Remember, Sony. When Sony put their games on PlayStation, you are going to the PC gamer's house. They're not coming to you because if they went to PlayStation, they would buy the console. You came to their house, so now just like when you go to a person's house, you don't get to dictate the rules. You don't get to dictate how the food is served, what's food's being served. No, you sit where you're told to sit, and you're gonna eat where you go to eat. If you don't like it, you can leave because PC's the PC gamer's house. You don't get to dictate to them how things go. If they tell you you put your game on Steam, you gotta put your game on Steam because if you don't, you make no money. The PC gamers are going to be fine not playing PlayStation games. They'll be like, you know what? We just won't play your shit.
But again, that's what I just said.
They'll be fine.
So you're literally saying, well, since I understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is if they're going to be that way, and it's an if, then just take it away from them and say, we don't care if you're complaining. Now, if I'm understanding what you're saying is that, well, they're going to complain, so you might as well just leave it there. That's what it sounds like you're saying. I'm like,
no. What I'm saying is, if you take it away, you put like, for example, the store's not going to be free, right? It's going to cost a lot of money for Sony to start it up, right? It's not free.
Possibly, yeah.
And it's going to cost money
to
maintain
it's not
it,
gonna be
right?
free. Yeah.
And
yeah,
it
they
costs
have
money
to maintain it. They have to do all that. Yep.
But if you're not, what happens if you don't sell games? What happens to products when you don't sell?
Oh, that's the risk. Yeah, if they don't
But it's
sell,
not
it
a
won't be.
risk. We already know PC gamers are not going to buy. Like even Epic Game Store. Epic Game Store still haven't made profit. They haven't made profit yet.
Before, well, that's partly because they don't have a lot of stuff that people want. They don't. I've
They
got
have
Epic
the most
Game
popular
Store.
game in the world.
Okay, they have one. Yeah, they have that one game, but they don't have a lot of variety. They don't. I
But
have
then they
that
give away free games that are like award winning all the
listen,
time.
they also give away free games, and the PC gamers still don't download.
I know. I've got some. Yeah, I've got some of their free.
You know what I'm saying?
But
I just don't think. I just don't think like.
Is, are they rethinking their strategy? The answer is yes. One of the things they're thinking of doing is creating their own store and pulling their games off Steam. Doesn't mean they're going to.
I don't think that's a rethink strategy. I think that's the original strategy.
You think that's
I don't even think. I'm sorry, but I don't even think that was a strategy.
I don't even think that was a strategy.
I don't ever think it was a strategy.
I think somebody made that up.
I think the community just thinks to themselves that, oh, Sean,
I think they made that up.
And then they speak it into existence. Because no one ever said, Sean Layden never came out, and he's been so upfront about what he wanted to do.
He never mentioned.
He never came out and said, we wanted a store for the PC. He said, we're going to take some of our best and entice them. And that was literally it. Like, that's it. That was his entire pitch. Right?
I like Sean Layden, but Sean hasn't been there for what?
But the thing is, people say that this was the original strategy, but I'm like, but the person that originated the strategy never mentioned this in his strategy.
No, I don't know.
So it's like, where did this come from?
And again, it's kind of weird to create. If your intention was to create a store to compete with another store, but you already put multiple. Hell, Ghost of Tsushima's coming out on that store. And then Gran Turismo, you still got more games coming out in the store.
Agree.
What games do you have to put on? Like, you're just gonna remove it?
Well, there's still more games coming. You could. I mean, in theory, I don't know what their contracts say on. But again, this just happened years ago with Disney. When Disney Plus started, Disney had movies on Amazon. They still, I think you can still buy them or rent them. They had movies on Netflix. They had movies. There were movies on Paramount Plus. As soon as Disney Plus started, they literally. I remember because I had Netflix, and Netflix had Avengers, not Endgame, Infinity War. Literally the same day Disney Plus started, a message came up, and it said Avengers, Infinity War will be leaving on this day. That's it, and they could do the same thing. I'm not saying that they are,
but But the thing is, though, nobody's a Netflix fanboy or a Netflix staunch.
Well, that's
supporter.
different. That's a different. See, now that's a different dessert bowl you're going into.
You brought up Netflix. Like, no one's a Netflix.
I brought it up.
I know, but
I brought it up because
I know, but I don't think you realize, or you don't want to accept the fact that. I don't think you want to accept the fact that. No, I don't think you want to accept the fact that Steam is God, and they're not switching religions.
Well. PlayStation
and listen, and PlayStation first party games is not going to make them disobey their God. Steam is God. That's it.
Well,
it's like a staunch Christian supporter. Listen, Steam, Gabe is the end all be all. He is the Messiah. You don't have anything on PlayStation to make them leave.
Well, that's not about that. That's my whole point. If you're zero summing and saying, well, no matter what they do, they're not going to leave and they're going to complain no matter what. Lord, my point was, we'll just take it away from them. Because you're right. If they're not going to come over and they're going to complain, then take it away from them.
But that hurts Sony.
But then you say they lose money. Yeah, then you say they lose money. Okay. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, but they'll have to come up with something on their end if they do this. But are they rethinking their strategy? Yes, they are.
I'm gonna answer the whole are they rethinking the strategy? And I think that rethinking the strategy to we are never going to require PSN login again.
Probably.
You may as well not. You may as well not, because at this point, like I said, they just know that they can just.
Yeah.
Do you know what these PC gamers are? They're like the 3-year-old that just stomps their foot and puts the foot down at the store. And then eventually the mommy just capitulates, like, fine, you can have the lolly. Guess what? Every time you take her to the supermarket, if she wants that, that chocolate bar, in the middle of checkout when you're just about to pay for it, she's like, Mommy, I want that chocolate. And you say no, you have chocolate at home. Now she's gonna stomp her foot and make a scene in the middle of the store because she's found your emotional button. She knows you're gonna be embarrassed. She knows you're gonna be under pressure, and she's going to stomp and make that scene for as long as she needs to until you get her that chocolate. And that's what PC gamers are. So you know what? Just be a smart mom. Just pick up the chocolate on your way. Yeah, just pick up the chocolate on your way. You know, when she'll be like, "Mommy, I want this," you'll be like, "There it is. Ah, I got you. I got you. You want to make it? There it is."
My dad had the ultimate solution. If I ever did that, he's like, "Oh, you want chocolate?" He would buy the box. You're gonna eat all of it. That was the last time. He goes, "Oh, you want chocolate? Oh, I'll give you chocolate. You're gonna get all the chocolate you're gonna eat, and you're gonna eat all of it." Boy, I was like, "Yep." It's gonna be the last time I ask for chocolate. But here's the thing. Even then, right? Sony still has a major hurdle because, like, let's say Ghost of Tsushima, right? They say, "Oh, for the multiplayer, you don't require login." But here's the problem: is Ghost of Tsushima going to be sold in countries without PSN?
Oh, I don't know.
They're back to square one. You're selling a game in countries that you can't support, you moron. Like, your PSN idea is just stupid.
That's why I say the only thing to get rid of it.
The only thing there's only one thing they can legitimately do. They have to remove the terms of service saying you can't make a PSN in another country. They're gonna have to, like, actually encourage that. They're like, "Hey guys, we removed the terms of service," and I don't know the legalities behind that, but that's the only answer. Or step the fuck up and provide PSN in these countries, one or the other. But if you're gonna sell Ghost of Tsushima on Steam and it's available in all these countries, but you're gonna say, "Hey, in order to log into the multiplayer, you have to have PSN." But once again, hello, I live in a country that don't have PSN. Sony, like, what the fuck? We're back to square one.
Like, again,
did you not learn your lesson?
Yeah. No, that's a legitimate question. I'm not sure how that is going to work. I know just what they announced, which is you don't need it for the single player,
or they don't sell in those countries. Like, hey, this
game is, or they don't sell it. Yeah,
this game is country restricted to PSN countries. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine, and that's the multiplayer, not the single player. This the multiplayer.
Well, you can't separate it. In fact, the multiplayer is the smallest part. Yeah.
No. They're
separate it.
Yeah, no, they're saying that the single player, at least that's the tweet that I saw. Now, it could have been updated. My understanding is they can have the single player game, but they can't play the multiplayer game without a PSN. So you're correct. Are they just not going to sell the game at all in those countries? Well,
that's the only choice they have. That's the only choice they have. That's it, because they're going to go back to square one. Like, hold up, bro. You need to fire your project manager. Let's see. Shout out to Quimbar. He says reason for the store is twofold: to sell their games and to have a PS Cloud launcher on PC, which I don't think Sony's going to be successful in those venture. SNK, what up, PR77 next week? It would be an honor if I can be on your show next. Absolutely, hit me up in the DM, bro, on Twitter. Definitely,
slide into the DMs.
Whoa! I said hit me up. Whoa, pals. Lyon OB, he says, if someone was going to take down Steam, I'd put my money on Sony. Undefeated against undefeated. Let's go. Hey, bro, listen. How did Vita
again? It's not about taking them down. It's about what did Whiplash say?
How did Vita?
What did Whiplash say to Tony Stark? He said, "If you're God, I made God bleed." That's it. And the thing is if you wouldn't
even better make Steam sneeze.
No,
you'd be lucky if you could tickle them.
Me. No, it's
Steam's
not
a
me.
juggernaut, man.
I know it is, but can you do you have something that the people on Steam are supporting the game? Now you're right. Ghost of Tsushima may come out and sell 5 copies, bro. I know.
But listen, these guys. I agree with you. Listen, Helldivers is the most popular game from Sony that they gave to PC gamers. And they've shitted on it over a free login. Sony didn't say leave Steam. Imagine if Sony comes and tells these guys leave Steam. They're going to firebomb Sony headquarters.
Again, you're just repeating yourself. But
what I don't understand is you have this idea that there's a potential to compete when they couldn't even convince PC gamers to just submit a user login. Like, stay on Steam, enjoy Steam, just create a free account. and they didn't
I
do
don't
it.
disagree. They didn't do it. They complained. Now, maybe not. No, I agree.
But I'm saying
That's
what is taking the games off Steam gonna do and creating your store?
Well,
It's gonna do nothing.
like he said,
it's gonna be
like
worse.
All right, what the super chat person said, shout out to him for the super chat. Yeah. Take them on anyway. It's the Mamba mentality. Take that last shot.
Why?
So do it.
Why? Why though?
Why not?
I'm not trying to be a PC powerhouse.
I'll tell you why not. I'll tell you why not. So you don't lose money.
Oh, fair enough. You're saying it would fail. It's a failing proposition. Don't take that hill because it's a failing. That's fair enough. Okay, that's a fair enough. Hey, we would lose money if we yanked everything off and created our own store and
keep in mind that shit's gonna impact the console gamer one way or another too, because it's not like
that's fair.
That impacts PlayStation overall.
Yeah,
they'll lose money.
And like I said, if you believe they're gonna lose money,
I believe they will.
Okay,
they'll get smoked.
Fair enough.
They're gonna get smoked.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that's a legitimate.
Listen, bro. Listen.
Yeah.
I know you don't want to side. Like the way I told you Xbox is dog shit and we said it was going to go third party. I promise you that store will fail. I promise you the store will fail. It will pull a John Starks.
A John Starks.
Straight up. You're going to shoot field goals and you're going to miss all 10 of them. All right? He doesn't know, but they will fail. I'm telling you, they will fail. It's not even there's a chance because there's really nothing Sony has to pull them out of Steam, because the thing they love about Steam is the service. Not really the game. It's the service that it has. They love the freedom and the service. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you, the refund policy alone is going to prevent them from going down. Because let's be honest, Sony's refund policy sucks ass. It's garbage. The refund policy alone is going to keep PC gamers away. They're not going to touch that store with a 10-foot pole. The refund policy alone, they're going to be like, fuck this store. Sony's refund policy is just terrible. That alone is going to keep them away, let alone not even being anywhere near to the fully fleshed out stuff that, the PC gamers get with Steam and shit like that. So I'm telling you, the PlayStation Store, absolute failure. Just it's that shit's done. Like you're just no different than us predicting Game Pass will not day-and-day Game Pass will be a failure. Just like how the same way we saw day-and-day Game Pass, that's a failure plan. The way we saw the Xbox Series S and X strategy, that's a failure plan. The way we predicted, they're going third party because they're just not selling games. The same confidence I had in those things, I am telling you, a PlayStation Store will fail just as bad. Complete failure. It's a waste of money. You are absolutely wasting money on that one.
No, I
because here's the thing. What's a game that has a Super Bowl? What's the sport that you guys create a Super Bowl for? NFL? Football?
NFL, yeah.
You will have a better chance converting the majority of those fans to watch football, like real football, soccer, right? Then you will have convincing PC gamers to leave Steam. Like that's it. You might as well go to Super Bowl fan and be like, look at the World Cup. This is what every other country in the world loves. This is an amazing game. And they'll be like,
we need to move off of this. Overall, we disagree to disagree. Because I think
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Your opinion. Do you think Sony can be competitive with their own store on PC? Just your opinion. Opinion. Not fact, just what you think.
No.
Do you think Sony has what it takes to be a competitive store on PC? Competitive.
I think they have enough in now and in their backlog to be a competitive storefront on PC. Do I doubt? Does that bear fruit? I don't know. But they got a lot of games. They got a lot of stuff from Killzone to Resistance. All that we're gonna see.
It's a Killzone. Even PlayStation gamers don't give a fuck about that game.
I said, I'm just saying,
gamers gonna play Killzone.
Not about the PC. Well, here's the thing with the PC community. I have a gaming PC. I talk to those guys. They do. I'm not saying what they buy and don't buy. And you guys are right as far as them bitching and moaning. My point was that if they're gonna bitch and moan no matter what, then just take the games away from them. Put them elsewhere. You put them on another PC front, and you let it express, and you let it go out and see. Game Pass failed because they didn't reach a big enough audience, and everybody saw that. They said they needed what? 50
you know why
million
Game Pass
or
failed?
something
I'm gonna
like
tell you why
that.
Game Pass failed on PC.
They didn't reach a big enough audience.
No, because it's on the Microsoft Store.
Well, okay, and it didn't reach. That's true too. Like I said, two things here.
We're literally giving you all the examples. Notice the you know, if you really want Game Pass to succeed, put it as a Steam store. I guarantee it will succeed.
Put it on the Steam store, it'll succeed. Okay,
You know,
well,
you know
aren't
what
there
I'm
games on Steam?
A lot of PC gamers don't like Game Pass because it's on the Microsoft Store and it sucks. They can't mod their games. Again, it's all about the features. It's not really so much the game themselves, it's what they can do with the game and how they do it. That's the thing about the PC gamers.
saying that?
They're not.
Yeah,
They didn't actually pay $1,000. Just for the games.
their
No,
graphics cards.
it's all the things,
I
the
know.
mods, all that weird shit. And Steam allows them to do all that stuff.
Yeah, I have mods. I
Yeah.
have mods on most of the PC games.
That's why
Yeah.
a lot of PC
disagree.
gamers don't really care about Game Pass because it's attached to the Microsoft Store.
I didn't say okay. That's
they hate
different
it.
from what I said. I said it failed because they did not reach a broad enough audience. So everybody we
And
talked about it on
why?
this podcast.
And why did they reach
Well,
a
we
broad
don't-
enough audience?
Why they didn't? They just didn't reach a big enough audience.
Why?
They didn't do it.
Why?
Why? That I do not
Because
know. That I
Microsoft
do not know.
Store. Microsoft Store. That's
Okay,
why.
you're saying the store. Okay, fair enough.
Microsoft Store.
That's fair enough.
They rather pay full price on Steam because it's Steam. But I guarantee if Steam did like a Game Pass thing, that shit will blow the fuck up. That shit will blow the fuck up. Blow up.
Yeah.
It will absolutely blow up. But Steam's not doing it. Why would they do it? They're selling games. But anyway, let's do the next topic. So news is out. Microsoft is shutting down. Well, they shut down 4 studios. Let me look at the studios. We got Tango Works, right? Let me look at my replies real quick. Let's see. Here we go. Tango Gameworks, Arkane, right? They're the makers of Hi-Fi Rush and also was it Ghost? What's it? Ghost? What's that other game they made?
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ghostwire Tokyo. Arkane Austin, they're the ones that did that fucking vampire bullshit game. What was it?
Yeah.
That flopped. What was it?
Redfall.
Redfall. There you go.
That's what Redfall talked about.
And I don't really know who the fuck Alpha Dog and Roundhouse games are. Probably could look. I'm
But
not
isn't
gonna lie.
Wasn't Arkane making Blade?
Not that's a different Arkane. It's the one. That's the one who did
Deathloop.
Yeah.
You really don't give a fuck about these people. You can't remember any of the games.
That's yeah. I've been really.
You really don't.
I don't
It's like,
fucking know.
what's the
No,
ghost
but
game?
that's the other game.
What's the vampire game?
Like the 1700, 1800 game. I can't remember the name. I beat
Vampire
the first
Masquerade?
One. No, not Vampire Masquerade. Fuck, I beat the first game. I didn't get the chance to play the second one. I can't remember the name. They made the game. I know they play. They also made Wolfenstein. They made Wolfenstein. They made that. In fact, that's going to be the core element of Indiana Jones because it's Nazis, so they're going to copy off that shit. But,
Wait, you're talking about the people that made Wolfenstein?
Wolfenstein, yeah. They're making
Isn't that a different studio?
Yeah, they're Arkane Lion. They're Arkane Lion.
Yeah, Arkane Lyon.
Arkane Lion, yeah.
Lyon.
Yeah. But anyway, let me do the super chats real quick again. Let's see. Leo Murray EU, he says, thank you so much for being a member. He says, what happened when Gabe dies? Same Steam and strategy? I don't know.
Nobody
know. I don't want to think about his death. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
They don't care about Gabe. They care about Steam.
Really, Steam don't have to do
Yeah,
anything.
they don't.
They're
They don't care about Gabe.
Yeah. In fact, they don't even make games anymore. They just write it out. Lionel B, thank you for the super chat. He says, for Sony to be Steam, they would have to bring the full console experience to PC. Most PC features would have to be implemented, like sharing. You won't get the OG PC guys, but you can get the new. Nah, I think Steam is already. I think Steam.
You're basically saying that in order for them to compete with Steam, they have to do everything that is against Sony's DNA just to be a worse version of Steam. Why?
Like we gotta listen. PlayStation got their ass kicked in the mobile for a reason. Nintendo stomped them out both times. There's a reason. Sometimes you just gotta admit, when you're good at something, you're good. But when you listen, Michael Jordan sucked at baseball. Let's just stop, okay? He's not good at baseball. He was great at basketball. Let's just leave it there. Sony's great at consoles. Just leave it there. You saw VR. MetaQuest is kicking its ass. Nintendo kicks Sony's ass in the handheld. PlayStation will get stomped out on the PC market. It's a console brand. That's what they do. And that's all they do. They're not going to do anything else great. They're not going to have this. I don't even think they're going to dominate cloud either. Some people, you're Michael Jordan. You're great in basketball. Stick with basketball, right? Messi's great in soccer. He's great in, the world football. But don't let that man play baseball or football or American football. In fact, definitely don't play American football because he will get crushed on the first hit. He will get his rib shattered. You're just good where you're good at, and just stay there. That's just how it is, man. Lionel B says it's not about converting all the old PC gamers. It's about catching the new ones over 10 years. You don't want new PC dudes to default to Steam. Everybody's defaulting to Steam. I think it's like saying you can create a new console to pull PlayStation gamers out. Nah, you're not.
Do you know what it's like? It's like saying that you're going to create a competitor to Office Word.
Yeah,
nah. Like I said, you're not creating a competitor to Office. Even Google Word, that is fairly popular for the online. They're not competing with Office. Yeah, like they're not really. They're in the same marketplace. But do you guys remember when there were actual Word competitors? Like you get a look, and then not just Apple's like what do they call this? Whatever, but actual like separate Windows-based like Office competitors, where they had the Excel competitor, the Word competitor, PowerPoint, and everything. I remember like a whole bunch of these things, and they all failed and died on the vine.
I think the main thing is
just some things that you established.
Yeah, the main thing is, what is a new store going to do that's not already there and entrenched with literally generations of games that's on a Steam library? And there's nothing you really like. There's nothing to bring. Now you could say, "Oh, Sony's bringing their first party." Again, that's not going to be the main reason for PC gamers. It's not like how we do in consoles, where it's Nintendo games versus PlayStation games versus Xbox games. PC gamers, they're more about the experience, right? If the experience, you could put whatever game, but if the experience is not supportive, they're not going to go to that game because they're going to be like, "Why am I going to play?" Let's say God of War, the new Spider-Man 2, and let's say Spider-Man 2 is exclusive to the PlayStation Store. They're going to be like, why am I going to play Spider-Man 2 and have a terrible experience when Steam provides me the actual game experience I want? Bring that game over to Steam so I can enjoy the actual PC experience. That's how they look at it. They don't look at it like the way we look at consoles, where the game is the experience for the console. They just don't. I guarantee you Spider-Man 2 will flop on PC if it wasn't on Steam.
Every time they put a game out, that's 100% profit. Even if they only sell 100,000, that's again, because they write off the amount it takes to port it. So I understand what these super chats are saying. It is, look, there's two people in the world. You either try and you fail, or you don't try and you never know. Now, neither one is right or wrong.
I know.
Your personality. This is your personality, and like a friend of mine,
I know.
Yeah, a friend of mine. He went.
Listen, just like that's like saying you didn't know selling AAA games day and date on gay PC. No one really knew what was gonna. No, we knew that was failing. We knew. You cannot say we didn't know. We knew that was a bad idea. Some things are just so obvious that and like it's like this. When I think I told y'all the story, but if I haven't, I don't want to say the whole story, but pretty much I was a little kid. We had a radiator. My parents' house has a radiator, old school, where the steam goes through. But at the end of the radiator has the little this little nozzle to relieve the pressure. And after a certain point, you hear this whistle, and it was a pretty whistle. So I tried to put my finger on top of the nozzle. So I could like play it like a flute, because in my mind, it's making noise. I could just tap it on and off and play an instrument.
Play what?
But obviously, it's fucking, but it's like hot steam. But I'm like a kid. My dad's like, telling me, slapping my head, and he's like telling me, you're gonna burn yourself. Don't touch that. And every time I would sneak until my dad got tired of it, and he just said, what, fuck it. Now, was there a chance I would not get burned? No! I'm gonna get burned! There is no thing like, you never know. No, we knew! But at a certain point, fine. If you want to learn the hard way and burn, okay. So Sony, you're gonna lose. Your PlayStation Store is going to fail. Just like how I touched that thing and I yelled and cried, you're gonna yell and cry. But the difference is, I heal for free. Your ass is gonna fucking lose money. You know what I'm saying? And the CFOs and Sony, healing's free. My dad just be like, you see, dumbass? Put a little ice over it, and that's it. Deal with it. Just deal with the pain for a couple of hours. You're going to lose money. Then you're going to have these quarterly results saying, oh, we lost money, blah, blah, blah. You're going to lay off studios. You're going to cancel games. You're going to do all this weird shit to try to make it back up because you thought of a stupid-ass plan that was destined to fail in the first place. That's what's going to happen. There is no, you never know. No, you're going to get your ass kicked. You're gonna
the thing that made me laugh about that is that perfectly describes the African parenting strategy.
Yeah,
it should just be the tagline: "Children heal free," and then they just let you be.
Like, fuck it, my dad gave up. He's like, fuck it. Then. You know what?
Those are my parents. Those are my parents. They're like, you know what? You go do some dumb shit. We'll meet you here.
Just, we'll wait till the after effect. And he was there, boy. I cried, and then he just says in Spanish, pretty much, "You see, dumbass." That's what I was trying to tell you. But hey, let's go to the next topic. Oh, yeah, anyway, we're going back. All right. So, 4 studios, Bethesda shut down. Here's the big question. Tango Gameworks. I could have sworn Hi-Fi Rush was a big deal on Xbox, wasn't that? Was it me? I could have sworn it was a successful title, according to them, right? 2 million sales, I think they said. Steam.
No, 2 million players.
2 million. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 million players. So 2 million players.
There's a difference.
Yep. But hey, that's success. 2 million players, Steam, Game Pass, Shadow dropped. Why they call
Samsung TVs? Samsung TVs. Yes. Don't forget.
Why are they shutting down Tango Gameworks then? Like, why are they shutting down successful studios? They
were too successful.
They were too successful.
Too successful.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Can't make two. It goes against your taxes. You can't write it off on your taxes when you're too successful.
That's the problem. That's the problem. It's too much success. Players matter more than sales. That's the thing. That's the thing. And they just didn't want to leave PlayStation behind.
They actually made Game Pass work. That's what happened. There you go.
Too successful.
Problem solved. Tango Gameworks too succcul. They couldn't have that. Yeah. They couldn't have that. You can't have successful studios be around. The funny thing is, this proves what we were talking about, that all those stupid metrics were fake. 2 million players and everybody celebrating. Oh my God, look at the reviews of this guy. Oh my God, Game Pass, studios, this is the stuff. We're going to see more. And they shut down the studio. It doesn't work. Like, who would have thought that not being able to sell games and you're giving it away for just $15 might be a bad idea? Day one.
Listen, like Craig says, you either try or you fail, but you never do, something like that. That's the energy they were on.
Yeah, I think most people say fuck around and find out. I think that's what that.
Oh, that's the one.
I think that's the real fuck around. So you're gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah. But Craig's version too, they were in for. Yeah.
You take the last shot, and Michael Jordan said, I love what he said. You want to take the last shot, but you're going to miss that shot more than you make it.
But here's the difference.
Thing is you have the mentality to try.
But here's the difference. You have to take the shot, because if you don't, you lose the game. So if you're down 81 to 80 and there's 2 seconds left, you don't have a choice, really. You can't just say, nah, I don't feel like shooting. We'll just let the seconds go down and lose the game. So it's pretty easy when you're at the, and I get what Jordan says, and what he's trying to say is, step up, you miss every shot you don't take. But in his case, you don't have a choice. One, you're getting paid like $30 million a year. You're down by a point with 2 seconds left. Yeah, Jordan, you don't have a choice but to take the shot, because if you don't, we're going home. So losing is guaranteed. So you gotta take the shot.
But here's the thing, Craig. Like,
Sony
you can't just apply that
doesn't
thing
have to make a
universally.
PlayStation Store. They don't.
No. Here's the thing. When Jordan says take the shot, he actually has like what, a 5% chance of making it. Sure, no problem. But what if you were on the opposite corner, like you are on the corner on your side of the court, and there's 3 people marking you and guarding you and blocking you, and you only have 3 seconds left? You're just gonna throw the ball in the air. Like, no one's gonna give you props for that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like, again, there's just sometimes when it's like there are certain things that you have a 0% chance, so don't do it. Don't do it. Like the whole day and date on PC thing with Game Pass added to it was never going to work. Maybe separately they would have worked, like a Game Pass that is closer to PlayStation Plus, doesn't do it at a day and date thing, or a PC being sold day and date, but without Game Pass, and of course on Steam, right? Maybe individually they would have worked, but together they would guarantee to fail. You know, that it's a
That's
chemistry.
why we predicted third party
Exactly.
because we knew.
Exactly. It's like it's a chemistry, right? You can have a benign ingredient that by itself it will not poison you, and you have another benign ingredient that by itself will not poison you. But when you combine the two, you're guaranteed to die.
Yeah, that does
let's
work
see.
in chemistry.
Let's hear Destin Lingard. I don't know. It says Axel. Let's see. I think.
You know what else is optional? Hitting that subscribe button, hitting that bell, but it is not mandatory. If you do subscribe, I appreciate it. Or if you hit that like button, I appreciate it. Not mandatory whatsoever. It does help the channel, but I'm not going to require it. Unlike what Sony is doing here.
A few moments later.
Please stop. I don't really know how to process this. The whole story is executive leadership failure, period. The 1900 layoffs are that. This is that. The restructuring of Activision Blizzard and what's happening over there. There's no more excuses. Enough. You know what else is optional?
Yo, this is listen. This is what I don't understand about the Xbox community. Like how could they not see all the fuck ups for the last couple of years? Like now they notice something's wrong. Like bro, the house is already burned down, and now you want to call the fire department? Like it's ashes. It's just smoke. Like there's not even a flame anymore. In fact, it cooled down to where you could walk through it now. Now they're like, hey, someone call the fire department. For fucking what? Leave them alone. They're with their families. Let them chill. This is done. Just shovel whatever's left and grab what you got. Like the place is already in ash. Like how are they noticing now something's wrong? Or Microsoft fucked up. Like are we like, I don't know, are we special? Like in the sense like, can we see things most people can't? Like there's so much shit I see in Microsoft. Like this is all gonna go to shit. Like every decision is gonna go to shit, and these guys are now finally waking up. Like I don't know, someone explain what the fuck is going on here. Like I don't know how they didn't see so much wrong with the brand, and that they didn't see I don't know. What do you guys think?
I let Craig go first.
Well, I'll just say real fast because I got to jump off here. Them closing studios, and I'm just gonna I look at it like this: is that those people got up this morning and whatever, had a cup of coffee, if they didn't know already, and went into work, and they got canned, and that's terrible. So and I don't like when anybody loses their job, even when Elon Musk just did it. He woke up, had some post eggs, fired 14,000 people, and went on his yacht. So yeah, it's just mismanagement of I think their studios are being horribly mismanaged. As far as them not hitting their numbers, yeah, they didn't hit their numbers. That's why we all say here they're going third. They're looking to go third party. But yeah, it's just like I agree. I agree overall. The overall sentiment is that their studios are horribly mismanaged, whether it's because they don't take it seriously, or then people will say, well, they took it seriously and it's 20, they did it for 20 years. They just don't have a good vision, and it's against Microsoft's DNA to try to stand out. Their DNA has always been create products and then put them everywhere. That's just the way they've been since Bill Gates founded them. So yeah, that's what I pretty much can say about that. I hate that I've been in those rooms when those decisions are being made, and there's just, you're literally looking at people, smiling at them, knowing that, in 48 hours, they're not going to have a job. And that's why I don't do that job anymore. I just, my conscience, I just couldn't do it. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody. I hope they all land on their feet. And it was hard conversations coming home at 1:00 and looking at your wife or looking at your husband and say, yeah, I don't have a job. So, those are tough conversations. And so I don't wish that on nobody. So my thoughts are with them. I hope they can all land on their feet and get jobs somewhere. But it's unfortunate.
Let me ask you this. So go ahead, Extreme. What's your view on this?
Yo, so first I want to take a moment, to kind of re-emphasize what Craig just said. There's a human component to this, right? Like when we make these conversations, I think it was, who is it? I think it's the co-creative director, Arkane Lyon, said something along the facts that let's see. For now, great teams are sunsetting before our eyes again, and it's a fucking gut stab. Lyon is safe, but please be tactful and discerning about all this, and respect affected folks' voice and leave it room to be heard. It's their story to tell, their feelings to express. So, just a moment there, just to say that I do feel for the people who actually got fired, and their livelihoods and everything like that. And I'm not going to talk about this, okay? I will never be the person that gets outraged about people being fired on their behalf. It is what it is. It is a sucky situation. We've all been through it, but I'm also not going to try to let my voice take over yours. Now, I'm going to make a few comments coming up, okay? And that is separate from the human element, okay? If we can be adults and we can hold those two things to be true, that I can empathize with the people affected, but at the same time, I agree with Microsoft and I blame the gamers. That's what I blame. 100%.
I agree.
100%. Let me tell you why I blame the gamers, okay? I blame the gamers, especially the Xbox gamers, because you guys kept telling them that these are the games you wanted and you were liars. You lied. You didn't want Hi-Fi Rush. You didn't want Ghostwire Tokyo. Like, what is it? Podork, okay? I'm going to put Dog Dark over here. I hate talking about people when they're not here. I wish Dog Dark was here. But he kept saying things like, oh, we've got variety on Xbox. Here's the problem. Xbox gamers don't want variety. They want the big blockbusters bangers, just like PlayStation gamers want. Again, you have people like Dog Dark, and he'll play different types of games. Great. You have Jabari, you have Persona. They'll play all sorts of games. Great. When they say they want variety from PlayStation, they actually mean it. The problem is most people don't. 99% of people don't want variety. They want amazing experience. And what I mean by variety, I'm talking about these cookie cutter, these passionate, quirky art house projects like a Hi-Fi Rush, like a Ghostwire Tokyo, like a Sea of Stars. Most people do not want this. They do not want it from first party, certainly. But the problem with the Xbox community is that they kept praising Microsoft and giving it props for products that they didn't actually want to partake in. You go and you take a look at Hi-Fi Rush completion rate, and most people don't make it past level 1. You go and take a look at Starfield on Game Pass. Most people don't even leave the planet. You go and you take a look at Ghostwire Tokyo. Similar scenario. Just look at the trophy or the achievement completion percentages. It tells a drastically different story from the one that people were sending to Microsoft. Because you know that Phil Spencer, right? He's incredibly impressionable. So if you tell him, hey Phil, we love these games like Hi-Fi Rush. Hey Phil, we love Scorn. Hey Phil, we love all of these we love, what was that comic book game? As Ducks Falls. We love that game. Hey Phil, we love Pentiment. Hey Phil, we love all of these things. Keep giving us more. Oh wow, you're so different from PlayStation. Oh wow, you don't make Game of the Year games, but you have an art house quality. You have a down to earth, creativity. Yay. You are lying. You are lying. And we know you're lying because, again, 99% of you don't go on to play those games, even when they're given to you for free. And you certainly don't go on to buy those games. Like, again, take a look at the PlayStation side. Same thing. Who bought Gravity Rush? 1 or 2 people. A few dozen, maybe. But then you have a lot of people on podcasts going, we want Sony to go back to being quirky. I told you I am glad they closed Sony Japan because I didn't want those games and neither did most of you. But nobody wants to be the bad guy to say, hey, give me the blockbuster stuff or don't give me anything at all. And this is the truth. Hi-Fi Rush, I always said it can be an excellent game. It can be the best game. It can be the best thing since Sugar and Mona Lisa. The point is this, it is a niche experience. Same thing with Hellblade. Xbox gamers, let me tell you, you don't want Hellblade 2. Most of you don't. It's a game that is not, it's not an action adventure game. It's meant to be a whole psychosis social commentary, whole experience. That is what it is there to do. It is not there for you to try to make it into a God of War. It's not an action adventure. It uses the medium of action adventure games to promote its very niche and particular message. But the point is the message. You don't want that game. You didn't want Hi-Fi Rush. You don't want Pentiment. You don't want Grounded. Like a lot of people keep talking about, oh, Grounded is doing well. With who? How many people love Grounded? You know, even Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves is one of those things where it's like the PC community saved it because they're a bunch of weirdos. But you don't want Sea of Thieves. You don't want Sea of Thieves. You don't want these games. And then you want to act all shocked. Oh, Destiny Legary is actually all sad. Can we go and check his trophies or his achievements to see if he actually played these games that he's apparently so torn up about? Oh, I can't stand this. Oh, no. No more excuses now. Bitch, you were making excuses before. Keep making them now. It's your job. Your job is to make Xbox gamers feel good about Xbox. Do your job. Don't just give up on a hard day. Don't give up on a hard day. Why? Tell them that you are loud and proud and you stand with Phil Spencer that he shut down these studios. And you know what I do? This is the first decision that is concerning Xbox that I agree with Phil Spencer on. Shut those studios down. They are creating product that nobody wants to play and nobody wants to partake in. And you know what? Like I said, I'm very glad that Sony Japan closed because they were doing the same thing. I didn't give a fuck about Gravity Rush. Not one. Not two, not HD, not remastered, not a single one. Now, if they make a remake, I'll give it a shot. Sure, but you know what? It won't be coming from them because they got shut down. And I'm very glad for that. That's what I think about it.
J Dub.
My brother.
Yo, they not like
He was
us.
spitting. They not like us, bro.
They not like us.
Oh, man.
These Xbox dudes, they not like us.
Yeah, they ain't like us.
They didn't. Yo, J-Dub, what's going on, bro?
Yes, sir.
Like, what's going
Hey,
on?
listen.
Like, bro. Like,
It's spooky out here. It's spooky out here.
But Hi-Fi Rush has too many players, though.
Right.
They
Told me the revenue. They told me the revenue was through the roof.
Yo, they just you know what I'm saying, on Steam killed it.
They told me the engagements and the player count.
They didn't report sales on MPD.
Exactly.
Shadow drop game of the year.
Facts. Hey, isn't it funny how all of a sudden now buying your games now that seems like a logical thing to do? When we said buy your games, that's because you guys don't have a service like Game Pass.
No, the corporate shield. How dare you defend a $1 billion company making product that you want?
Yeah,
Xbox is a great deal. Yeah. So let me ask you this: let's to all the Xbox guys online. Is it still a great deal? Because you're not getting a Hi-Fi Rush 2. Is that what you want? You're not getting it now. Is that fair?
But they never even wanted the first
they gave
one.
the game away? He said he didn't want the
Jesus.
first one.
They never wanted the first one, people. That's the problem. My problem is it's the gaming community.
Yo,
it's the gaming. Stop lying.
Yeah.
Stop saying that you want Gravity Rush from Sony. Stop saying that, like, Tales of Kenzero, right? I just finished playing it. I think it's a good game. I think it's even great in some respects, yeah? Do you think you wanted Naughty Dog to be the one to release that game? Same exact game. Matter of fact, I'll give better cutscenes and better details and better mechanics. Do you want Tales of Kenzero from Naughty Dog? No, you don't. You want it from the people that made it, an indie studio. Stop lying. If you are a first-party platform, you want to pull out blockbuster games because that's all people are checking you for. No one wants Grounded. Everybody is like, oh my god, Grounded is doing well now. With what, 2,000 people? Where are these people? Where? If they got put it on PlayStation, it didn't sell. And then they'll be like, well, Sea of Thieves sold. Sea of Thieves sold. Sea of Thieves was the book. They're going to drop that game like a lead stone. I don't even know why it has to be lead. The point is it's going to sink to the bottom of the river. The point is this: you don't want these double-A games from first-party publishers. That's what the indie scene is about. And the indie scene is thriving. We don't need passion projects like fucking Pentiment. I hope they shut them down. I hope they get shut down next. I do. I do. Yes, shut them down. And I'm not saying that the people have to lose their jobs. Move them around.
They're gonna clip
move them around. Hey, they better clip it because they have to stop lying.
Getting fired.
Hey, listen, Potter. This is your sense. Your face was on it.
No, 60 frames, no lag. This is not representative.
You had your face there. You had your face there. You had your face there. Only J-Dub is exempt. J-Dub was smart. Hey, listen. Whoever, I don't even know who made Pentiment. I don't even know who made Pentiment. I don't even know, but shut those bastards down. Because again, the gaming community is liars. Why are you guys lying about what you want? Just tell Phil Spencer what you want. You know that if you guys have spent the last 10 years being like, hey, Phil Spencer, you know that God of War, you see that Horizon, you see that Last of Us. Yeah, give us a version of those. Or at least give us a game that competes and rivals those games. You see that Grounded? Cute. Never show me that again. If they had been like that, Phil Spencer would have gotten the memo. But what did they do? They suckled and tickled his balls, and they told him how he was such a good boy for giving these little passion projects. Like, that's what they wanted to play. And you know what he did? He delivered. Okay? He actually delivered games. And then, what did they do? They turn around, and they tell him that, hey, in 2022, you released nothing. Even though he released Pentiment, people tell him that 2022, he had nothing released. You guys are so lying. Just stop lying. Stop lying to the people. Stop giving Phil Spencer awards for delivering nothing that matters to you. Stop saying that Game Pass is a great deal for day and date when you don't care about those games that are coming out day and date. At least I have the dignity to tell you that I don't care for Gravity Rush or Concrete Genie or Tearaway. Like Tearaway, fuck off with Tearaway. I don't care for it. You know, the only little passion project game that I cared about from Sony was Journey. You know, and maybe Flower. But the point is, I would never go to Sony like, hey, make another Journey. Fuck no. I wouldn't even let them make a Journey remake. And you guys know how much I love my remakes. But the point is, I don't want them to be wasting time on these little passion projects. Move the fuck on. Give me AAA blockbuster games or nothing at all. You know, give me God or give me death. And my God are the AAA games. Give me that. Give me the $300 million Spider-Man 2. Give me the $500 million version of that. Give me God of War Ragnarok remake. Give me that.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
I agree, man. I agree. I agree with him 100%. I think we've just kind of been saying the same. We've been saying this for the last damn near decade. For the Rock, the last decade, we've been saying the same stuff, that everything was going to lead to this point right here, and I don't know. And here's the thing: I don't think it's an industry thing. I know a lot of people like to hide behind, oh, the industry is doing this. It's like, nah. Nintendo's not doing that. PlayStation's not doing that. It's not an industry thing.
Brother man, they just simply won't fucking admit that Microsoft failed as a console, gaming company. Like, that's it. Yep. That's it. They're shifting blame on everything else, the whole industry. Like, you can't compare Microsoft or like Xbox with the rest of the industry because the majority of the industry is already third party. Right? Yep. This is how platform holders are managing their platform, meaning Nintendo, PlayStation, and Microsoft. And it's Microsoft that is failing across the board. In fact, if it wasn't for the ABK purchase, they would have been negative revenue across the board. Yep. ABK is literally saving them because every single strategy that they had failed. Even Bethesda. That was a failed strategy. Bethesda failed strategy. Yep. Game Pass failed strategy. Day and date on PC failed strategy. Cloud failed strategy. Toaster and refrigerators failed strategy. Xbox Series S and X failed strategy. Everything they did was a failure. Nothing works. Nothing they did is working. Nothing. The only thing that saved them is the fact that they're Microsoft and they had $70 billion to spend. And they decided to spend it on Activision. If it wasn't for that, they would be negative. I'm telling you, Xbox would have died under any other company in the world. Not even Apple would have kept this brand alive. Even they would have shut this shit down a long time ago. They would have been like, fuck this. Shut this shit down. Like, get rid of this bullshit. No other company would have kept this brand alive. This shit would have been dead a long time ago. Man, look at this right here. That guy from Xbox era, whatever. What is it? Sheepshul Nick. How it started. It's quite possibly the best thing to happen in gaming ever, arguably bigger than the NES resurrecting a dying gaming industry back in 1985. If you're against this acquisition, you're openly admitting that you hate the gaming industry. Sorry, that's just facts. And now look what he's saying now. You know what? I was wrong. I don't want Microsoft buying any other studios or publisher.
Too late.
Like,
You done already fucking championed them,
Yeah.
and it came back and bit your ass, and now you're sitting there looking stupid.
yeah. You know, we said this a million times. Microsoft's number one problem was they just simply sucked as a game publisher. And they focused on everything other than being a good game publisher to get the games, focus on their console, but they put so much strategy into other shit that actually don't help the console. Like if you had the Xbox One, you're like, man, Xbox One's having a bad gen. Let's talk about PC. Like, wait, what? Yeah, we're gonna put games day and date on PC. Like, what? But the console, oh, and we made some PC exclusives. But Microsoft, your console, oh, and we're putting Game Pass on PC. Yeah, but your console, oh, and we got some exclusive games on PC, like Death Stranding. The console, Microsoft, the goddamn console's dying. And everything you said has nothing to do with the console. Oh, shit. So you know what? No console required. We give, you know what? We're done. I'll be like, we're done. Microsoft, we're done. And nobody saw that shit. Like, it's insane. And the crazy part is the biggest cheerleaders for Xbox was because of the console. They just wouldn't ride and die on the console. Like, the Xbox community should have not cheered any decision that had nothing to do with the console. When they say, oh, we're going to put games day and down PC, the whole entire crowd would be like, Phil, that's a bad idea. Or you're making a decision, but you didn't actually fix the main problem because you're saying, hey, we're going to put games day and down on PC. What games? You made a decision on something you technically didn't even have yet. Like, what games?
Turn yourself up. They want to hear you in the chat. They're not listening to your beautiful rant.
They can't hear me?
Turn yourself up. Turn yourself up. You're
They can't
too
hear
low
me?
this thing. You're too low. You're too low.
Am I too
You
low?
hear me
Or are you
now?
bushing? Are you serious?
That's what they're saying.
Am I too low?
You gotta check with more than
Not
one
in
person.
Discord.
'cause
Not in
sometimes-
Discord, but to them.
No, but I was fine before. Did something happen?
I don't know.
All right, how about now? You guys hear me now? Do you hear me now? Is it better now? Did it just, man, PC? Man, fucking PC's going.
Dog shit.
He is low. All right, dog shit. You understand? Right? Portal being low is a first. Oh no shit. Yeah, that's no lie, right? Listen, let me
Let's continue
hit
your
up-
rant.
Yeah, let me hit up 2 super chats before I go back on my rant. Majid Bell, he said, "Spit those facts, M." So someone appreciate everything you said. You spitting facts. There you go. He don't want
As
no
always.
bullshit games either, right? And then
Always.
Michael Meridian, right? Thank you for super chat. He says, "i5 Rush just got rated for Nintendo, the one community that would have probably bought the game. Microsoft closed the studio and now won't have to share the revenue with the devs. Oh, that would be fucked up. Oh, that's some dirty. That's just dirty. Damn, Mike, what do you
That's
think
evil.
about that?
That's evil.
Shut down the
That would be
studio.
evil.
Oh, that's some evil shit.
But just before it goes viral, like imagine if the devs are sitting at home and then they're like 10 million sales on Nintendo in 2 weeks.
Oh man,
That's nasty.
That's some
That's
that's
nasty.
that's some dirty work. But anyway, it's like, man, the main thing Microsoft after Xbox One gen, Microsoft should have just be like, you know what? We'll introduce Game Pass, but it's just gonna be kind of like what Sony did. Curate the old titles. Curate that. Because after a year or so, no one's buying the game. So you put it on a service. Make some extra change off of something that's curated, right? You do that. Don't worry about PC. Not yet. Because you haven't established the console. You got to focus on the console, reestablish that. Get the games, work on the first party, start going back to third party deals, get people excited. One console. Not this Xbox Series S X strategy. Back to one console, get the third party support, get the game support, reestablish the fact that you can make games again. But these guys
Not gonna
worry
happen,
about
Rock.
everything. They literally at the same time they were talking about PC, making PC exclusives, Game Pass, day and date on Game Pass, we're gonna work on cloud. You know, everything, every device, everywhere. They were working on so many things, right? And then they thought, oh, and we're gonna work on a 2-console strategy that even their own first-party studios can't even figure out. They did so much stuff instead of the basic principle. Hey, we gotta get our reputation back as a brand that has great games or able to get great games. They did everything but that, and now it all collapsed, man. And they thought they could buy their way out of this. And that shit, all they did was fuck over Bethesda. And who knows? And oh my God, this shit's abysmal. Abysmal, bro. Unbelievable.
There's no going back. Right now, Phil is not running the ship. Sarah's not running the ship. Satya took over. He laid down what he wanted done. He said he's tired of wasting all this effort on this Xbox shit. They're going to go full third party. And it is what it is, and you're seeing this shit play out. You're seeing it play out. They're cutting all the single player type games. They're going strictly with those services and the big third party games that they think that they can make the most money. So they're going to try to tailor their games to the people who have the biggest install bases and the quickest to output the game. So COD's going to be there, a main staple. You may be lucky to keep getting a Forza Horizon, but some of that other shit that you're expecting, and that shit, I think a lot of that shit is cut. I just told Attic a little bit earlier. Games like Everwild, what else? Some of the other games. I'll be honest. Some of these games that are like years out, they're probably already canceled those. They already probably told those guys, yeah, you forget that.
Okay.
So if you sit around waiting, I mean, it is what it is. It's they had their chance. Let's face it, Porter Rock. Microsoft has been in the Xbox gaming, has been a thing for 24 years.
Mm-hmm.
They've never not been last place, right? They became second place one generation, but they've never, outside of that, they've tried. They tried with Game Pass. That wasn't successful. And I know people will lie to themselves and say this and that, but the results are there. It is what it is. Whether you like it or not, it's just, it is. I don't think they'll put another console out. If they do, it's going to be some type of streaming cheap console, but they're not going to do a world's most powerful console again. And some of the stuff that they told you they were coming out with, they changed their mind, and they didn't. Phil told you we were going to get a high fidelity VR. He changed that right before he launched the next generation console. So just because Sarah said you're going to get the most technically advanced, whatever, however she put it, doesn't mean that that's going to happen now. Right now,
I believe so.
Okay.
She's a beautiful black woman.
Okay.
Let me be charmed.
Okay. Yeah, be charmed. But guess what? She doesn't run the show. So, listen. She also told you these are the games you're going to be playing in the next 12 months, and that was a typo.
Right? That was a typo. That was a typo.
That was a typo. Oh, okay. Even though I got it at 8K.
She meant 12 years. She meant 12 years. That was a typo.
Yeah, but these guys hold on to every word that they say. They block out the negative stuff and they accept the positive stuff with the hopes and the dreams that they want. When you see Tim Dog go out there and buy a PlayStation and VR and say, I'm just going to be happy here, all the Xbox games coming over here anyway, and he's happy, he's getting attacked by Colt Eastwood and everybody else. Now, a day later, all of these studios are getting shut down. Now, Colt is out there mad and acting like, yeah, like, stop. Just like you showed Destin Ligari, right? All of these guys that were the cheering on of ABK and Bethesda purchase, these cheerleaders, merely in such a short period of time, they're always proven wrong. Every time. It never fails. They're always proven wrong.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Look what your best friend. This is what your best friend said.
Oh man.
There's your boy. Hey, so you got to take full responsibility for this. J-Dub, this is all you. He said, we're all in for gaming, Satya. Nadella, no, you are not. I'm so frustrated with Xbox. After 11 years of waiting for them to get off the bench, I hope all of those devs find work ASAP. The man said he waited 11 years to get off the bench. 11 years to get off the bench. He knew Xbox been dog shit for 11 years.
Jesus.
This is
Yo,
your
hold
fault,
on.
J-Dub. This is your
Hold on,
fault.
wait for it.
Listen.
You gotta take responsibility for this. You gotta take.
I
you
tried
gotta
to
take
help
full-
him, right?
You gotta take full responsibility.
Listen,
11
nobody can blame
years.
J-Dub.
Yo, listen. Honest to God, facts. I didn't even buy my PlayStation 4 till 2015.
Yep.
And the PlayStation 3 launched awesome. I mean, and not launched awesome, ended awesome. The Last of Us, it ended up a great console. But when I saw PlayStation 4's announcement, I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing this right now. Nah, you need to give me something, because I'm not buying this shit for Killzone. You out your fucking mind. Like, Killzone and Knack? The fuck? Hell fucking no. You gotta give me something. And they didn't give me something until 2015 with Bloodborne. Then I said, now I'll buy a PlayStation 5. That's like, one show made me be like, what the fuck am I gonna buy a PS4 right now for? They fucking showed me Knack and Killzone. Get the fuck out. That's all it took for me to be like, yeah, I could wait. And I did. People make fun of me, but that's what you do. You gotta like protect your own self-interest. 11 years? 11 years. 11, that's like 2 game generations, bro. Are you out your goddamn mind? You think I'm gonna wait 11 years? You get 11 minutes to convince me, bro. Like 11 minutes. You better do it right. Like the PlayStation 4, and I said this on the channel plenty of times, I did not buy it until Bloodborne came out, because that whole generation to me started off kind of shaky, right? I'm thinking, man, this generation is just looking spooky, to kick it off, right? But 11 years, you waiting on the bench. Put me in, coach. Nah, son. Like, it's not even the same coach. You went through 3 coaches in 11 years.
Yep.
Yo, this is crazy. Oh,
Yo,
what are you gonna say, Extreme?
But what your example there, the fact that you saw Knack and you were like, fuck now. Imagine, here's the thing, how is Colt, of all people, asking like Satya, like, what are you going at Satya for? He delivered what you said you wanted. Do you believe, Porter, that you should listen to your customer? Do you believe you should listen to your customer? If you create a product, do you believe you should listen to your customers? Yes, right? You will think, you're like, yeah. So then if they're like, hey, we want this product, and then you deliver it for 11 years, right? And then you fail, and then they get mad at you for failing, even though you delivered what they asked for, would you be like, wait, hold up, what the fuck? Because you guys have been telling Phil Spencer these are the games you wanted. So he gave you them. This would be the equivalent of PlayStation gamers saying like, hey, Sony, we want Knack, we want Concrete Genie, we want Gravity Rush, we want all these games. And then when they come out and they release and nobody buys them, then we want you to act surprised that this studio shut down. Didn't they just close Sony London? And then people are like, oh, they created Blood and Truth. Oh my god, it was such a great VR game. Who bought it? Who?
Nobody.
1 or 2 million people? And then you want to get mad that they shut down Sony London. Why? You were not supporting these projects. Again, you have real gamers. You have the J-Dubs of the world. You've got the J-Barrys of the world. You've got the Personas of the world. And even put Dog Dark in there, where they actually play the games that they say that they support. Like when Dog Dark says, oh, I play Hi-Fi Rush, he actually plays it. When he says, I love Starfield, he actually plays it. When he says, I love Halo, he actually plays it. But a lot of these bitch-ass gamers on both sides are going to say, we want all of these quirky passion project games, and then they never buy them. They don't even play them on the subscription service. And then they don't turn around and they want to act so sad. Oh my god, it's so sad that they closed Sony London. Oh no, Sony Japan. And they have to go in Wikipedia what games those people put out because they never cared about them. But they want to act so sad. Oh no, why is Sony closing studios? Because you didn't support them. Because you sold them a lie. And Xbox fell to that lie harder than Sony did. And this Sony realized real quick, they were like, yeah, you guys don't want this shit. We're not making more of these. The difference is Xbox didn't.
That's literally what it is. But happy day! Xbox is going away.
So yeah, oh boy. But here's the thing. So going back to another part, right? And you said it says like this is strictly a Microsoft problem. This is not an industry problem. Right? Sure, Sony. people will have challenges. Every company has challenges, right? No one's perfect. No one's going through everything scathe-free.
Yeah.
But not everyone's going through the same challenges, right? And that's what
even
they're trying to do.
even right with whatever's going on, right? Whatever, even through even whatever. Sony is still releasing games, and at the end of the day, why are we here? We're here for gaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that the whole purpose of buying hardware and all this stuff and being excited? Is about the games. So even though Sony is closing studios over here, or Jim Ryan is leaving, one thing they never stopped, and that was just releasing games.
Hey yo, but little bro, Doc Dark is like, I would hop on, but J-Dub is on, and I blocked him. Oh man, he said, you know what? I'm done listening to his ass.
He seen my meme this morning already.
He said, block. He goes, can't power my dream. Yo, that shit. Yo, you know what? I gotta put. I'm sorry, little bro, but I gotta do it. Where that? Let me see. Hold on. I'm sorry, little bro, but this is so funny. Where's it at?
I had to get on this one.
Look at this. Look at this, man. Come on, man. Look at this. Xbox won't power my dreams. Yo. You gotta stop. Hey, yo.
Hey, one thing I will give him credit for. I will give him credit for this. And I think more people need to take his lead. If Microsoft, right, if they're not doing what you want them to do for you, if they're not delivering what you want, go somewhere else. He saw that his Xbox Series X was never going to be fulfilled. You know what he did? Mm-hmm. He started gaming on PC. He has this ROG Ally. He has his other handhelds, his Steam Deck, right? I mean, was that hard? No, it was so easy for him. But there's a lot of Xbox guys just feel like they have to sit here and suffer with Xbox and just suffer and suffer and suffer. You don't have to.
Come on. Doc, you need to hop on. I need to ask you a question. He needs to answer up. He needs to answer up on these charges. You got charges levied on you.
No, we need Baron. You know Baron.
Oh no, he definitely not coming. Yeah. That man, he doesn't know me.
Baron.
He don't know me. He unfollowed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's back. He's back to training on wrestling. He's back in shape. Yeah. It's all
exactly.
about. He said, listen, I'm done taking L's in gaming. I need to go back to wrestling and take these L's there. At least I can pay for it.
Facts.
Yo.
All right, Doc said he jumping in. Doc jumping in.
Shit. Yeah, jumping.
Yeah, the last time Baron we see he came in here trying to defend Xbox.
He's like, I want to know what games I'll be playing in 2024.
Yeah.
Oh man, Barrett, I'm following him. He not even gonna give me free tickets to this wrestling show. He's like, nah, you gotta pay, Puerto Rico. You gotta pay like the rest of us. Oh shit.
Never bet on green. I've always said that. Never bet on green. Always bet on blue.
But Sony's too, like, bro, Sony actually sells games. Like, if you look at the MPD, like, what's funny? Like, golly, like, you see the information in front of your face. You see MPD. Multiple games from PlayStation exclusives are on the chart. Like, that should tell you, you know? I think people confuse with Sony trying to maximize their profitability, just do overall better efficiency and stuff like that, versus absolute failure, which is Xbox. See, Xbox is absolute failure. It's like an F. It's like let's pretend we're in school, right? Xbox got an F, like a straight F. Like, if they could get an F minus, they would put the minus next to the F. That's how bad it is. Like, it's like a straight F. PlayStation is like a B plus. Right? They want to get into that A bracket, maybe even an A minus. They want to get that A plus Ivy League, MIT, 4.0 grade average. It's not the same. One's a complete failure, like an absolute failure. Like, Xbox failed. It is failure of the most lowest regard. Like, you can't, like, I can't even redefine failure. Like, failure to the max. It is failure. While PlayStation, listen, I can't hear you, bro. Mira, what's going on? Oh, yeah, hey, you gotta answer up to these charges.
What?
You gotta help. Oh, no. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna say you can't hear me.
Okay, I can hear you. What up, Ben?
Listen, you gotta help
Yo,
us
what's
out.
up?
There you go.
Hey, respect, puppy. I appreciate the puppy. I appreciate you. Because you always attack me, but I appreciate what you say.
How do I thank you? How do I thank you?
Who's that? Hey, J-Dub, block J-Dub. I swear to God, I blocked J-Dub like 30,000 times. I can't, and he always shows up on my stream. always shows up on my timeline. But he's the one every single morning. J-Dub. When I go to sleep, J-Dub all the time. It's like a nightmare.
Yeah, you know, he gave me the magic key, man. I got all the crypto stuff. I can bypass your blockers.
Listen. Y'all not gonna like this. People are not gonna like what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it.
Before you say something, can I ask you something? Because
What's up, bro? How you doing, bro?
I know you play Xbox games. You actually play games.
Puppy, I'm trying. You see me?
I know. But listen, that's one thing you cannot say about him. He will show you his gamer tag. He's probably already surpassed a lot of you Xbox dudes that have been writing for 11 years on this brand. He probably already beat you guys. Already surpassed you. He likes Hi-Fi Rush. So I want to ask you this. How does it feel knowing you're not getting a Hi-Fi Rush 2? Because Game Pass wasn't enough. When everybody said Game Pass would be enough.
No.
Come on.
It's not. No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna attack Game Pass. Okay. This is the thing.
It's Game Pass.
Let me. Are you gonna let me talk? Go ahead. Let me talk. Okay.
I'm gonna mute myself.
The only thing that Xbox has is Game Pass. Since the beginning of this generation till now, that's the only thing that they have. Here's the problem that happened with Game Pass. Okay. Obviously, people weren't going to be buying games with Game Pass, right? Because you're going to be playing them on Game Pass, right? But there's a problem if you don't buy the games, and then there's a problem if you don't play the games too. Hi-Fi Rush, the completion rate on Xbox is 8%, and that's one of their better games. It's a diamond achievement. I got it. It's a diamond achievement, and only 8% of Xbox players play. That's why I don't want to see any Xbox people talking about their stat about these studios closing down unless they could show me that they played Hi-Fi Rush. And here's another one. You know what Ghostwire Tokyo completion rate is?
What?
7%. There's no way you're gonna tell me that Ghostwire Tokyo was as good as Hi-Fi Rush and it only got 1% less. They're not playing these games, and it's driving me crazy. I don't understand why. How are you not playing the games that you say are good? And I'm playing them.
You are.
What the heck is going on?
You can't do it by yourself. You can't. You're not Michael Jordan. You can't carry this team.
Redfall is dog shit, and I put 18 hours into it.
Oh shit!
I tried. I tried and tried again.
You tried.
At least you tried. I said, you know what makes a game fun when you play with other people? I said, you know what? Let me play with my kids. That's gotta make it better.
You want to?
No.
You want to whoop their ass.
We ended up fighting.
You got the belt. You grounded them, and they're like, "You made me play this shit. I like PlayStation."
This is not a time for celebration. I don't know why you have it. This is not a celebration time. This is sad.
Listen. The reason why this is funny to me because I saw this coming like years. Because I said this, and I'm gonna say this again. Microsoft did not resolve their number one problem. They are a shitty publisher. They didn't. No. They're a shitty publisher.
Okay, stop.
They did.
Stop.
Shitty publisher.
So before you go, Doctor, just one thing. Forspoken had a 33% completion rate.
Block them. You don't.
PlayStation gamers play their games.
Why am I here with his Asahi sweater? I see you, big dog.
Wait, did he freeze?
Hey, so I got
he's frozen. Did he freeze? I think his screen froze.
Oh, I froze. What?
Yeah, you have this like GQ shot.
Yeah, you froze.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe it.
Okay.
On my camera, it's working. On my camera, it's working.
He's like this.
Yeah, you just.
Now it's
frozen.
back.
Oh, okay.
Now
all right.
Oh, it went back.
But now you turned it off.
Let me explain to you guys this thing that I was thinking about, okay?
Go ahead.
And this is something that you guys are very guilty of doing, okay? You guys love talking about numbers and about Sony and about the business. You guys love doing this. You cannot deny it because I see your stuff. And J-Dub, you talk about numbers all the time. You guys love this, okay? So this is what I want you guys to do, okay? And Big Bro, you alluded to this, right? Xbox showed their financials recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they did extremely well because of Activision Blizzard,
Because
right?
of Activision, ABK.
Because of Activision Blizzard, because of ABK, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so from a gamer's perspective, this news is horrible, right? But from a business perspective, if you're looking at Microsoft, the way you can make profit is either you make more money than you're spending, right? Or you spend less and make the same amount of money, right? So it would make sense, like, hey, you know what? We're not getting rid of Activision and Blizzard. You know they're not getting rid of that. So let's go ahead and cut off these studios over here. Why not? We got to pay them less and make. So from a business perspective, Microsoft doesn't need Tangle Studios. What is Tangle Studios going to do for Microsoft as from a business perspective? They're not. So gamers may be losing, right? But Microsoft, they're cutting their losses, bro. They're not tripping.
Yes, you're right.
No, you
So
are.
I need you guys to also talk from the business side, because you guys talk business side as well.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. But this is why we were emphasizing that the only reason why Microsoft made money because of ABK, because everything else is a failure, which means the stuff that are failing, they're gonna take care of it. And usually taking care of it means you got to get rid of it. That means Game Pass is actually not helping their system. It's not. Because if it did, at least Tangleworks should be fine. At least them. I don't know who the other two guys are. I don't know. Alpha Dog. I don't know who the fuck they are. But Tangleworks, because remember, you saw it too when they said, 2 million players played, Hyper. Remember? 2 million players, everybody celebrating. Game Pass, day and day, shadow drop. This is great. Microsoft needs to do more of this. No. Apparently, no. They can't do more of that. Maybe there's a reason why we still haven't seen a Call of Duty game. Maybe there's a reason why we haven't seen a flood of Activision games go on Game Pass.
Not just Activision. No, that's just Activision. Call of Duty is going to be the test. Call of Duty makes money on its own. If you put Call of Duty on Game Pass, let's see what happens. Because I
don't think that's gonna happen now. I don't think that's gonna happen.
If they don't put Call of Duty, listen, they have to. If they don't put Call of Duty on Game Pass, it's done.
I don't think it's gonna.
It's done.
I don't think they're gonna do it. At this, I'm just thinking, because I'm like, how much more can you lose? Like, think about it. ABK is literally the only thing making them money, and it's because Call of Duty still sells.
Yeah,
they take that shit away. They got nothing. I don't think they're gonna do it. I think that's the only lifeline they got.
Well, it depends. If those people that were buying Call of Duty then actually turn into subscribers of Game Pass, then maybe that might be worth it to them. I don't know. I don't know what those numbers look like, right? I don't know. But that's gonna be the real catalyst. But if they don't do that, like, I can't stand J-Dub, especially when he's right. I can't stand J-Dub when he's right. Listen. J-Dub said that I got tired, right, of the Xbox Series X, right, and it was hard for me to keep defending it. Like, I just can't anymore. I can't defend the X. The S, which is a one that I didn't like in the beginning, I can actually defend the S. That
makes sense.
To me makes more sense.
It's just a cheap little console, play games and play Game Pass, and that's it.
Right, but if Game Pass then doesn't make sense, then the Xbox is not even a third publisher. They're done. There's no point in having them. They'll just be the company that owns Call of Duty. Which, here's the thing, Microsoft might be okay with that. They might be okay with being a company that owns Call of Duty and makes peripherals. They might be okay, because when they make these consoles, don't they lose money when they make these consoles?
Yo, Doc, I have a question for you.
They do, yes.
Doc, I have a question for you. I don't know how long you've been listening, but I spent the entire rant talking about how I blame the Xbox gamers for telling Microsoft that they want Hi-Fi Rush, and they want Pentiment, and they want Sea of Thieves, and they want Grounded, and they want all these passion projects, and then subsequently not supporting those projects. Now, I know that doesn't apply to you. I'm not trying to say that applies to you, but don't you think that there's something to that? Because Phil Spencer listens to the community way more than any Sony executives that listens to PlayStation. Phil Spencer is actually influenced by the community. So he's being told for the last 13 years, these are the types of games we want. Don't make the green version of the blue stuff over there. Don't make the God of War. Don't make the Last of Us. Or even if you do, it doesn't matter. Just give us these variety things. And then they don't show up for these things. don't you kind of put the blame back on the Xbox community? Like, why did you ask for this if you didn't want it?
It's a double-edged sword because it's a part of the Xbox gamers, and then it's part of us not holding Microsoft accountable, and then there's Microsoft giving us things that don't make sense, right? Like I got attacked when I questioned why Starfield was running at 30 frames per second on the world's most powerful console, and now
handheld above 30
now,
frames.
right? But now all of a sudden, now this is gonna have 60 frames per second.
Todo mundo like
Now it's gonna have 60 frames per second mode. But and to answer your question. Yeah, the community is what's ultimately responsible when you give them reinforcement, because you can either give negative reinforcement or positive reinforcement to something. That's it. You either give positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. And if we're saying we want this and they give us this and then we're not supporting this, then okay, they got to pivot and figure out a different way. I used to have this saying and people didn't like it. I always just say you're not enough, right? Like you're not the people that supported the Xbox One, you were not enough. That's why they had to pivot and figure out how to do something else. So they came up with Game Pass. Okay, I'm part of the Game Pass crowd, and people can hate me all they want, but Microsoft would be irrelevant if it wasn't for Game Pass right now, right? But now I might not be enough. I'm being honest with you. I might not be enough either. So what we're gonna see what happens. Game Pass right now is what everyone needs to be looking at, because every single person is trying to get into the subscription service. I know you guys can't stand it, but Ubisoft has a subscription. I just got a message from EA on PC that they've just raised their subscription prices. EA just did, because they have their own subscription services, right? I'm surprised Valve doesn't have a subscription type service. I'm really surprised they don't. You know, but
to say that, Matt Piscatella said that. He said this in June 2023, last year, almost a year ago. Growth of video game subscription spending has stalled. According to Circana Game Market Dynamics reporting, April 23 sub spending in the US was only 2% higher than April 2022. Finding new subscribers beyond the unit console ownership base has proven very difficult thus far. Now today, 11 hours ago, he says, and it's still stalled. March 2024, non-mobile video game subscription spending was only up 1% versus April 2023. Figures that got me to post below last year. No one's really subscribing to game subscription service. It's not a big thing. It's not big. Like, think about it. Game Pass has been around since 2017. It's 7 years later, and it's at 30 million. You got the movie, you got Netflix, you got Amazon Prime, you got Disney. Disney's like at what, 180, 190? And they're still trying to get profit. So I'm thinking, how do subscription services that are struggling or trying to maintain profitability with 180 plus million, then what the fuck is 30 million gonna do? That's nothing.
Listen,
like, you haven't even scratched the surface.
I don't know, but you can't tell me something isn't working and everybody's doing it. Like, that to me just doesn't make sense.
Bro,
it's got to be working somewhere, because everybody's doing it. HBO, Cinemax, Disney, everyone has a subscription service. You can't tell me it doesn't work, and then every single person doing it.
I'm gonna tell you, something's up.
But that doesn't make sense to me.
I know, but look at HBO, right? HBO is now putting their movies again on Netflix. If you look at Netflix, you got DC property on there now. Something's not right. Something's wrong. Something's happening. Like, even like Spotify. Spotify still hasn't made a profit. And them guys have 500 million. Like, yo, something is wrong. I think it's like they put themselves in a position where they have to keep going until it clicks. Like Netflix. Netflix was at a revenue loss every year until they hit 200 something million. At that point, they started making profit. But if you notice now, they're not growing that much either, or they're growing a little bit, but they found a new way. They're just milking us now. Now Netflix, they got the, like, oh, you want you don't want ads? Oh, you got to pay an extra $4. Or we're gonna
you want to see it in 4K? You got to see one. You got to pay extra. Yeah.
Amazon just did it now. Now we get ads in their shows and movies.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want ads? Pay an extra $3 a month.
Here's the other
for
thing
something that you already had.
Here's the other thing that Xbox is doing that's kind of weird, right? So Xbox allows you to also buy these games, right? But if all the Xbox games were on Game Pass, locked to Game Pass, meaning you could only play them on Game Pass, I wonder if that would help them from a business perspective. I know for me, if you make me do something, it's not. Like, I'm not gonna subscribe to something if that's the only way that I can get that content, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? I'm just doing it whatever's more convenient for me. Like right now,
I'm
Game
gonna
Pass
tell
is
you-
still convenient for me. So
I'm
I still
going to
watch
tell you guys what happened. How Game Pass exists, right? Why it even exists. It was an experiment. It was a transition. Microsoft for a long time now, and we've finally seen it. They've been trying to figure out what to do with Xbox. They don't know what to do with Xbox. They've tried the traditional route. They saw that they were getting no leeway there. There was just nothing. It was dead end there. So then they said, well, we're going to try to go into the cloud and the mobile, and we're going to try to go to other avenues. Didn't work there. Well, we're going to try to go into the subscription model, right? So that's how you ended up with Game Pass. Then they realized it stayed stagnant for so long to Satya and Phil Spencer didn't even get bonuses for like 3 straight years. So Satya's like, fuck this shit. Listen, we got to do something. So the Hail Mary.
He said, "Take that shit out my contract." That's what.
Yeah, exactly. And that's literally what he did. He removed that from his bonus structure. And then, so what happened is this ABK deal came in. They saw that was a possibility. They said, we're going to give it one last hurrah. If we get this, we can be a, big third party publisher. But I don't think that was the first plan. I think Phil thought, hey, we'd get these games and we'll be able to put them in Game Pass, and that will pull that revenue up and hundreds of millions of people will subscribe. But even after that, I think after the deal closed, Satya had other plans. Yeah. I think Satya saw, hey, if we can get to close this deal, we can cut our losses on the hardware front in the places where we actually lose money and just open up into to Sony and Nintendo and anybody else. Steam, you saw them talking about even offering Steam on their platform in Epic Games, right? That doesn't sound like you're trying to bring people in. That sounds like you're trying to take people out, right? You're trying to give to people outside. So I think that was a fight between what Phil Spencer originally planned and what Satya just ultimately decide. Him and Amy Hood ultimately decide, hey, this is the direction that we're going to go in now. Mm-hmm. And then, so that's why Phil Spencer is quiet. What else? Matt Booty is quiet. Sarah Bond is quiet. Their job right now is to just implement what Satya Nadella has already put out. That's why you're seeing what you're seeing. This is beyond even Mikey Barra said Phil Spencer is not happy about this. He's right now feeling helpless because somebody else above him has taken over and is implementing this. This is beyond Phil Spencer. Matter of fact, I've said for a while now, I think Phil Spencer basically is finna be canned. He's finna be fired. There's no need for him. You got Sarah Bond and Matt Booty. They're just going to be there just to facilitate this transition to a full third party. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to make money hand over fist. They're going to make money from PlayStation, money from Nintendo, money from everybody else, right? They're going to make all this money. And for all the guys who are Xbox gamers that cheered on all of this craziness going out there when I think they had rose-tinted fanboy glasses, they were so sidetracked with PlayStation, trying to outdo PlayStation. They didn't look at the numbers properly. They didn't see that the console is being outsold by the Dunny D box, the Xbox One with the Kinect. It's being outsold by that. With 2 next generation consoles, not 1, but 2 combined are being outsold by the old Xbox One. So they were blinded by what PlayStation is doing. We just want to do this. We're going to get Call of Duty. We're just going to be in Game Pass. Take that, suck it. Not realizing what the setup and what the play was going on. When you see those numbers month after month after month for quarters and quarters being negative from the Xbox side, I mean,
no, Jay, we weren't blinded by it. We saw it clear as day. Like Microsoft wasn't even promoting the Xbox Series X. Like you don't even see commercials for that thing, right? So it's not that we were blind by it. It's that it was clear that their main focus was the ecosystem and the subscription service. My fault, which I can admit, was I didn't realize they really didn't care about the Series X. I didn't realize that at all. I didn't. They really didn't.
Listen, they had to do something. Because you thought they were going to do something with your T-Flops.
Right, because it's the principle of the thing. Yeah. Yes, it doesn't matter that Pentiment runs at 120 frames on the PS5, but it runs 120 on the PS5, and then they patched it for us. So it's like, wait a minute, why? Yeah, it doesn't matter that in Hi-Fi Rush, the shadow details on the fences are better on the PS5, but it kind of does matter. If you get what I'm saying, like these little things, little by little, all add up. Why is Sea of Thieves running better on the PS5 or look better on the PS5? Like all these grounded is the only one we got.
Why Fallout guy ultra settings,
bro?
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So that we didn't realize how much that meant that they don't care about it. So I almost wish that they would have been upfront. Like, hey, here's the Series S. If you want to get into gaming cheaply, as cheap as possible, and if not, then hey, go get the PS5 or go to PC or run a PC. You would have saved me so much time. I would have ran a PC. It would have been fine. I think the best thing they could do if they are going to do hardware next generation, I think they just need to do PC. An Xbox that's a PC. The same way that they have like these little mini PCs that they have now. And I don't know if you guys saw, Asus is coming out with
I saw
that
too.
little
ROG
mini
2.
PC.
The ROG 2.
Bro, that thing look crazy. With like but the problem is those things are you're not gonna be able to upgrade them. You know what I'm saying? But it's a PC, so people can't argue about I'm not getting 30 frames, I'm not getting 60 frames or whatever. You just get to drop whatever it is you get to drop, and hopefully you can last with that 4070 as long as you want. Which in reality, if you look at what most PC gamers have, the hardware that they have, not everyone is rocking top end hardware. Yeah. So most of these PC gamers are holding on to their graphics card for a long time. Don't get it twisted. So Xbox could look at that and be like, you know what? We're already in the PC realm. Let's just go ahead and make different SKUs of PCs, maybe 2 or 3, the same way that they have with the Xbox Series S and X, but now it'll actually make sense.
You know what I mean? Build PCs with an Xbox name.
Well, exactly. There you go. And then boom, you could run it like that. And that would make sense. And then the streaming box, which I know you spoke about, Big Bro. You've spoken about just a streaming box. And then here's the last thing that people aren't thinking about. Your TV right now is about this thin, right? And if you got a 55 inch, about this thin, right? Asus ROG Ally is not that big. Whatever chipset they have in there, even the chipset, if you look at a PS5, if you stretch all that stuff out, you could probably fit it into a TV. So I know we're thinking about streaming onto TV. We might have TVs pretty soon that'll have built-in consoles in them. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know you guys are old enough to remember PCs that used to come with VCRs built in them.
Yeah, I remember.
You guys remember that? Okay. They might come with TVs with built-in consoles in them that you're not just streaming them. You actually have the hardware in them. Because right now you have TVs that have Roku installed. Some TVs have Google installed, right? It depends on what that contract looks like. So there's a whole bunch of different things that they can do. They have lost the console dynamic to PlayStation, the hand over fist. Like they're not catching up, and that's why I think PlayStation then needs to just double down on that. Like that's their shit. Do not let Nintendo come in and try to even take a slice of the home console. Don't even let them, because PlayStation's got that on lock. Because I don't see many people buying an Xbox even more next year or next generation. So this whole leap, what is this leap gonna be? I don't know. M, you were talking about, what do you think the leap is gonna be? I didn't catch that part. You were talking about what you think the leap is gonna be, because you said you believe.
Wait, the generational leap?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No. I don't know what it's going to be. I'll tell you what I want it to be. But listen, I want it to be.
You're gonna say something that they're not gonna do.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Doc, this is the first time. This is the first time Doc is listening to me, apparently. Okay, because I've already answered this question before. Listen, Doc. I want it to be the PlayStation 6 competitor. Like a true rival. I want it to be more powerful than the PlayStation 6. Not in a we're the most more powerful console by 2 frames. Like by a lot. Like Xbox One X to the PlayStation 4 Pro. Like no one ever denied that the Xbox One X wasn't more powerful. That's what I want it to be.
This is
and you know what? And you know what the magical thing I want them to do in order to sell this console? I want them to do a few magical things. Number one, I want them to create AAA blockbuster Game of the Year contender games. Okay? And third person is way better than first person. Let's just get out of the way. Okay? Third person games, they can be any genre. No, just for the one. I'll just support the third person ones. It's my wish. My wish.
Okay.
Just third person. Okay?
It is his wish, yeah. I said what does he want, yeah.
You know I got Doc Day in the chat. You didn't see him?
Oh,
Doc Day.
You're gonna stand?
He has a purple turtle and everything. Doc Day 1985. He's in the chat. Doc Day 1985. He's the purple turtle. The purple turtle.
I appreciate that. Get J-Dub out of here.
You know, you got Doc
Should we
Dark.
do
This
Doc
was
Light?
Doc Day. This is Doc Day.
Oh, there is a
Listen.
Doc Day. Disrespectful. Look at that.
With the purple, but look at the turtle. He went purple.
Yo, listen. And then I want them to create great games, and I want them to take them off Game Pass Day and Date. Take them off. Sell them.
Yeah.
Sell them on PC. Sell them on Xbox. Don't have to go to PS5. Just sell them exclusively. Okay, and then 7 months later, put them on Game Pass. Okay, that's it.
That's a
Put them
good
later.
wish. It reminds me of and I'm gonna say that I'm not trying to bring the chat down or anything, but rest in peace, Optimus Code. I remember
yeah.
I was on a podcast with one of the first podcasts I was on. He was on it. He explained to me how power doesn't matter if the talent is not there. And man, was that man right, bro.
He said
Man, was that
talent,
man
tools, compilers. He says all these things matter. He says spec doesn't mean anything. He says in his career, he saw so many specs that just didn't pan out.
Yeah.
But
I remember he spoke specifically about talent and how much that matters. I remember he had this one video where he spoke about resolution too, right? And he showed like what a 1080p properly done compared to a 4K that's not properly done. It's like a drawing, right? And the 1080p
Oh yeah, I remember
way
that.
better, right?
Yes.
Bro, so it's like, listen,
That channel was so good too.
yeah, so it's almost like I don't know if Xbox. Well, I do know. I know that Xbox is not from what I've seen, has not been able to manage their studios properly to utilize the power of supposedly what the Xbox Series. Now, supposedly we know what it has of the power of the Xbox Series X, right? And that's a problem where Sony has been able to do it. And even when people talk about, Forbidden West is a cross-generation game, guys, listen, man, we can make that excuse all we want. That's one of the better-looking games this generation. And the fact that it runs on a PS4, that's a problem. That one of the best games this generation is a game that can run on the PS4, right? Like that to me is crazy. But it goes to show the talent of Insomniac, right? So it disheartens me. And even like right now, I'm actually playing Forza Motorsport for the first time, like actually enjoying it. But it's because I'm playing it on PC, and my PC can bump everything to ultra. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing it at 1080p, but everything's on ultra. So I'm like, oh my god, this is what this game is supposed to look. It looks real. Yeah. It actually looks
Not
like,
compared
oh
to
my god, bro.
GT7,
Here we go.
Like, it's not even close.
Here we go.
It's not even close. But
I'm not into racing games, so
all I know is compared to my Xbox Series X, my low end PC is running the game way better. So that's all. I don't know. I don't have graphics.
Also, it was Guerrilla Games with Horizon. We're not gonna have that disrespect reaction.
Yeah, what happened?
It's Guerrilla Games, not Insomniac.
Oh, Insomniac is really good too.
Yes.
I mean, they're carrying Sony. They're carrying Sony for sure.
As they should. We didn't buy them for nothing. Yeah. We don't buy studios and then just let them not make good games. Like, imagine if we bought Bethesda. Imagine if we bought Bethesda and they gave Starfield.
I wish I could argue against them, but what am I gonna say?
At this point, is it even worth arguing? Because Xbox, it feels like Xbox just abandon the Xbox community, like completely.
Bro, when you got people like Kid Smooth, man, bro, like he
said he should have sold to Apple. They said they should have sold Xbox to Apple. Tim Dog, you've been seeing him on Twitter? He's done. He is living. He is like
part of that is trolling too, though. But I like it.
But shout out to Olamarco. He said Larry never came back to the podcast after Starfield wasn't Game of the Year nominated, and Zelda 2 didn't win Game of the Year. That is true.
Pregnant pause is about to come up.
Oh yeah,
we're about to be due. The baby's about to arrive.
Bro, listen, the pregnant pause, you
was
killed that shit.
Listen,
you already aborted the baby. The baby's aborted. It's already gone.
God damn.
That thing was gone. Like after 3 weeks, that thing was aborted.
What can the Xbox show?
That was a miscarriage.
To turn all this stuff around.
Perfect, Doc.
With a release date.
Yes, I agree.
And with 60 frames.
And gameplay. And real gameplay capture from the Series X.
Okay.
And say it right there. Real gameplay capture from the not gameplay captured from whoever, not in-engine gameplay, not theoretical gameplay matched from a PC 4090 that will be equivalent to a Series X later. And also not Forza Motorsport, because the version of Forza Motorsport that looked better then the Gran Turismo 7 is the version that I put in the early trailers.
This is
Actually, all of the trailers. That version of Forza
extreme.
killed GT7.
Extreme. The way things are going, they'll show Indiana Jones.
I have hope.
Listen, they'll show
Indiana
Jones.
just looked awful.
Let me show you. They'll show Indiana Jones gameplay running on the PS5 Pro. The way things are going.
Oh, you
at this point, Microsoft
Oh,
is at
you
that point.
He's such a hater.
They'll
He's
put,
such a
they'll
hater.
put it running
He's
on
such
the
a hater.
PS. They'll put it right under the screen too, shown running on the PS5 Pro. They will literally put it. At this point, at that point, that's where they're at this point.
Yo,
They
Game
probably-
Pass.
they probably-
Why is he such a
they-
hater? Why is
they
he
don't
such a
e-
hater?
At this point, they don't even want it running on their console anymore. They'll show it on anything but Xbox at this point.
Wow.
On any device but Xbox
Wow.
at this point.
I can't.
Can you stand me? Why is he? Why is he doing this to you, though?
At this point,
This is why. This is why.
At this point,
This is why Dog Guy doesn't like coming to your podcast because you say things like this.
He's still going. He's like, mommy, mommy wouldn't stop. Keep going. Like, you made your point. Yeah,
Yeah.
you made your point. That's
It
it.
already hurts.
Damn,
This is the
bro.
life.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you, at
bro.
this point, they're like, you know what? We
Bro,
get
you
better.
went-
At this
Bro.
point, the developers get better results on PlayStation, so the PlayStation version. At this
Bro,
point,
how is that even possible? How is that? How do you even allow that? Especially now, like Digital Foundry is gonna look into it.
I would have purposely
Gamers gonna
fucked
look
it
at,
up.
like,
I would have purposely fucked it up.
Right? Like, how do you do that?
Like I would have
Literally-
typed it, and I would have been like, if I was the developer, I'd be like, oh shit, this shit came out better. I'd be like, oh fuck no, let me fuck up some code. Like I can't let this shit happen.
No,
They're like,
no,
nah,
yeah.
like tweak it down, tweak a setting down and shit. Like yo,
Jim Ryan over there talking about they're gonna get a degraded version of Call of Duty, but for all we know, y'all gonna
Shit.
get a better version.
with exclusive map packs. Like wait a minute.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Holomoko again. He said the problem.
Oh yeah,
was,
didn't you guys get extra stuff for Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, we do. Not just extra, exclusive. Like
exclusive.
there's a difference. Because extra stuff is fine. It's how we pay for the game, so we get a little bit. Yeah, no problem. But exclusive stuff, that's fucked.
They made
That's
exclusive stuff for the
fucked.
PlayStation version.
That's fucked. That's fucked up.
I don't know what
That's
it
actually
is.
fucked up.
I just don't know, man. Listen, Holomoko, he said the problem was that bot said no studio would be shut down or no game would be canceled because MS is so rich and can afford it all. What happened? That's true. You know, a lot of these dudes, online they think.
Nobody say that.
Listen, they say that all the time. They think because Microsoft has $3 trillion that they'll let Xbox do whatever the fuck they want.
Zoom. You know how many times I've seen people prove that Microsoft
Mixer.
cancels stuff all the time?
Mixer.
Exactly. Yeah. So what is that dude talking about? He's
I don't
wrong.
know.
I understand. You have to respect the
Phone.
super chat, but I don't. That was the dumbest super chat I've ever heard.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
not
But
him.
again,
It's true.
It's not
It's
him.
true.
People on Twitter say that all the time. Oh, Microsoft
Nobody
can
says
burn
that.
money.
Nobody says that.
Everybody
Nobody
says
says
that.
No, nobody
How
says
can
that. No
people do that? You haven't heard
studios.
that.
I'm
That
about to ask
studios
you.
are not going to close down. That
I'm
studios
gonna-
aren't going to
I'm
close
gonna
down.
ask you.
Who said studios aren't going to close down?
I'm gonna at you.
Ain't nobody
I'm gonna
saying
send-
that.
I got
Dude,
receipts.
dude.
I'm gonna
They
send it
probably,
to you.
yep.
Don't worry.
Nah,
I'm
get out of here, bro.
I'm gonna get. He's
Dumbest
pissed off.
super
He
chat ever,
can't
bro. I
believe.
can't, man, bro.
He can't
Nah,
believe that
that's
nobody
a
say some
super
stupid
chat. If
shit.
you're going to super chat something real. Put words in
It's
people's mouth
real. He
out here,
said
bro.
super chat something real.
Get out of here, bro.
The setting gamer. He
Nobody
said-
said that no studios aren't gonna get. Both companies have canceled studios. Stop playing. Both companies have closed down
Man,
studios.
but nobody said that Sony's limitless money. They could take it. No one said that. The setting gamer. He said
But you
Microsoft-
know what people did say? That they should have closed Sony Japan, and they were wrong.
That they have what?
That they shouldn't have closed Sony
that
Japan.
they shouldn't. That they
You know,
shouldn't have cl-
hey,
that
you
they should
know,
have kept Sony Japan
you know,
open.
Doctor, the other day you talked about Concrete Genie, right? Because you never heard.
I
of
have
it.
no idea what the hell you just said right there. What the fuck
Exactly,
did you just say?
exactly. Yeah, exactly. Don't,
No, that was in English. That was in English. Say it again. Whoa, puppy.
What? You can't hear me.
No, I can hear you, but
He said-
the way
he said-
your way
he
your
said he was-
accents went, that was crazy.
He said he
The
was
way
speaking
my accent
Aborigine. He said
There
he
you
was
go.
speaking
Oh.
Aborigine. And you
I'm
from
speaking
New
Australian.
Yeah,
I'm speaking Australian.
yeah, that was crazy.
Zealand. What the hell? is that?
Australian English you can't do. You can't do
No,
Australian
we're
English.
Puerto
I'll slow
Rican.
it down for you.
We need American English.
slow it
'cause we're
down
Puerto
for you.
Rican.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
all we know.
yeah.
Have you-
Damn, bro.
Have you
Bro,
heard
I'm
of
not
Concrete
happy.
Genie?
I'm not happy to do this with you guys. I'm not happy to be here right now.
Listen, man. Listen.
It's not good, man.
You
Just
should
got
be.
your, listen,
You
you
should
got your
be.
PC. You got
You're learning
PS5,
Australian.
You're good.
I'm not playing on PS5.
You playing on PS5.
Why do you have it? Actually, why do you still have it?
Man, he's an undercover pony.
Bro, I can't. Don't say that, bro. They'll believe you. Stop. Stop, bro. They'll
But why
believe
do you
you.
have
Pony
it?
bot. He's called a pony bot. That's what they call a pony bot.
Hey, this is how bad it is. My son, when he gets mad at me, he tells me he's gonna platinum Spider-Man on my account.
Do it.
Cause you know how much shit I
I'm
talk
gonna
about people
screenshot that shit. Oh, I'm gonna screenshot that shit. Oh shit!
platinum Spider-Man on my
Like,
account.
I'm gonna platinum that sucker. Oh, that would be so funny.
Yeah, I really got scared. I was like, no, that'll crush me. That'll end me, bro.
Platinum Horizon Forbidden West. That's what you need
Bro.
to platinum.
Bro, could you imagine a King Thrash video of him showing me
Oh,
platinum?
they will give you the smoke. Oh man.
Yo, every
Platinum
single time I see one of those,
Hey, you need to
one of those
platinum
King
God
Thrash
of War.
video, I'm like, am I gonna be in it, bro? It's
Platinum God of War.
I'll go
That's
back
funny.
and replay those games. It's just when I play them. I finished Forbidden West.
Okay.
I haven't played Spider-Man 2 yet.
Okay.
I haven't even touched it yet, but
That's
I got
actually
it.
good, man. That's actually good.
Oh,
Yeah, but why do you have a PS5? Why don't you just wait when it comes to PC? I never got that.
Wait for the pro.
Well, now-
You literally made the video.
wait
You
for the
literally
pro.
made the
Wait
video
for the
saying you
pro.
don't need a PS5.
Wait for
I
the
did.
pro.
Well, hold on. When I got my PS5, I didn't know Sony was gonna go this hard putting games on PC. I didn't know.
No,
I
I'm
thought it
saying,
was
why
just
do you
a
still
few.
have it?
Yeah.
Why don't you just sell it?
Oh, bro, I can't. My son plays Roblox every single day
Yeah.
on it, and then the other PS5 is for my son, which he plays Apex Legends like all the time. So I wouldn't even be able to get.
That's why he
So you're
says.
blaming your children.
No,
You're
but
blaming
that's
your
what. No,
children.
but that's
Wow.
why he
Oh, yeah.
says.
Wow.
That's why he said
they
PlayStation
play.
gamers don't play first party. They play Apex because his sons.
No, for real. For real. Apex and Roblox.
He
bro.
tries to get him. He tries to get him to play first party. He's like, "Here's returning. Nah, we good."
No, yeah, they're good. Oh,
Like, what the
they beat
fuck?
Spider-Man. They
Yeah,
actually they both beat Spider-Man.
Oh,
My
versus
son tried to
Spider-Man.
play. Yeah, my older son tried to play God of War. He beat the first one, the second one, not his thing. And then he never liked any of the Horizons, so he didn't even like Zero Dawn.
He's
He
probably
liked
waiting
Days
for
Gone
Wolverine.
though. He played Days Gone on the PS5,
really? Oh,
which
yeah.
that was really good.
He probably like.
I don't know why
probably-
people didn't like Days Gone.
So no,
I thought
it's
they
because,
both
Everybody
good.
likes Days
no,
I
when
beat
it
it on
launched.
PC.
Because a lot of people don't know how it launched. That's the problem. That's when after all the fixes. And believe
Oh.
me, that game got like 19 patches, bro. That game. Like every 3 days, it was like a new download. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's
that
like
game, yeah.
that's like when
It's
you
bad.
guys get Starfield, you guys are gonna get the definitive version of Starfield.
Yeah, with no issues and
Crazy.
shit. And 60 frames. With
Aside from the
VR.
fact that it's tough.
Let's see. The Setting Gamer. Thank you for the super chat. He says Microsoft from day one only cared about having the IPs and buying up studios. So Sony and Nintendo can't get their exclusives and create awesome games. MS wants the industry to burn, nothing more. Oh shit. Oh my god. And True Witty. Thank you so much, man. Hey, I appreciate all you guys being members, man. Truly appreciate you guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. It's good to be back. He says, looked it up. Steam gets 77K account hacks per month. Oh, I saw that one, like attempts. But it's the most popular store, so of course all the goddamn thieves are gonna try to hack accounts. I can't stand fucking these things anyway. But anyway, man, listen. I think we hit the point right now, right? Where you ask a good question. What can Microsoft do this June? Here's the thing. This June showcase, is it going to have the same feeling as every other showcase? Or is it going to be more like when you watch an EA showcase? When you watch a Ubisoft showcase? Like, okay, it's a showcase to show games, but it doesn't mean nothing from a platform perspective. You know what I mean? Like, how are people going to receive the showcase? Because every game people look at, you know what's going to be the first thing on their mind. Is this going to PlayStation? Is this going to PlayStation?
Bro, tell
That's
me
gonna-
that.
That's all everybody's
me-
going to think about. You know
Listen,
it.
you know what-
And you know the content. You know the content. As soon as that shit's over, guess what the first video is going to be? Are these games going to PlayStation? They won't even talk about how good it looks, what they like. Everyone's going to talk about, will these games come to PlayStation? That's going to be the
Listen,
topic.
I think from a creator perspective, right? Because I don't do a lot to my videos, so I got to think about how I entice the audience to come in. And I'm surprised how many Sony content creators haven't jumped on the Blade thing. because clearly
Oh,
Blade is coming to PS5. Clearly, and the fact, because remember when Blade was announced, it didn't say exclusive, and people were like, "Well, obviously it's going to be exclusive," and then
And
all
they
this
still
other
haven't
stuff started
said it.
happening. But nobody has been jumped. If I was a PlayStation content creator, I would have jumped on that. I would have the engagement. I'm like, oh my god, should I flip now? The only reason I haven't flipped is because
my man's like, I should flip because this is
bro. But every time they compare me to crap gamer, it hurts my heart. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm going to PC. I'm going to PC.
Yo,
It breaks my
yo,
heart.
dog. The reason that
PC,
people don't jump on it is because it's a foregone conclusion. I don't even like that angle because I'm like, they're all going to PlayStation. We all know this. For me, I'm just excited to see all of the games that we're going to play in 2029 because that's what they're going to do. They're going to show us games that are 5 years out that they don't even know what they are yet.
man.
Anyone heard about Everwild? Do we know what Everwild is yet?
They were
I
too
still
busy
want to
make-
know. I
they
still
were
want to
making-
know.
They were making Sea of Thieves. That's why.
Oh, we don't even know what the perfect dark angle is yet. All we know is it's a
Basically,
shooter.
look,
That's what's crazy because there's like a picture of Phil saying that he was playing it 4 years ago. Or Initiative
That's
was
why I'm
Initiative's
telling-
new game. Initiative's new game. Initiative's game. Like, we don't know
That-
what
that
game.
is- that is
Oh,
Perfect
that's
Dark.
Perfect Dark, yeah.
That is Perfect Dark, yeah.
And that was 4 years ago. He had like his controller, but they won't
Yeah,
actually show
but
the
they
game.
ain't
He
nothing on the
wasn't playing
PS5 side
shit.
either. What's on the PS5 side?
What?
You know,
Yeah, what's on the
What?
PS5 side? What y'all got
you know
coming?
what's the,
Wolverine.
You know what we've got coming?
Not this year though, but at least you know. I'm
You
just
know
When's
what
that
we've
coming?
got coming?
When's that coming?
2025.
And the only reason you know is because it was Lee. That's
No, it was actually announced.
yo, ain't no coming to the PS5
No, no,
either,
no.
bro.
Wolverine was
They were
announced.
looking crazy. The most exciting thing about the PS5 are the Xbox games coming over there.
2025.
No,
These are
I
facts.
don't
The
think- I
most
don't
exciting
think-
thing
it's
about
not- it's
PS5,
not.
It's
the
not.
most exciting thing about
No.
PS5 is the
We
fact
just got
that y'all know
Stellar Blade.
that y'all getting
We just got
Xbox
Stellar
games.
Blade.
No,
We just got
so,
Stellar Blade.
I know the
Cool.
most.
We
Stellar
just got
Blade.
a game.
Good.
I would
We
say-
literally just got a
No,
game.
I would say
Cool.
I would say
What
the
else you
most
got?
exciting thing for
else you
console
got coming?
warning. No, the
No,
most
what
exciting.
else
No,
you got?
listen.
We just got Final
What else you got
Fantasy.
coming?
Listen, the most
We
exciting.
just got Final Fantasy.
The most
Just
exciting
happened
thing.
like February.
The most
I said,
exciting.
what else you got coming? What else you got coming?
Oh,
Okay, so
Silent
how
Hill?
was going
Silent
towards the
Hill?
future?
What is
Okay,
that
Wolverine.
coming?
Silent Hill.
Come
This
on,
year.
bro.
No, it is.
Silent Hills this year?
Yeah, this year supposedly. Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
This is 2020. Silent Hill.
You gonna play that?
Oh yeah.
No.
Single play, yeah. Concord, I'm not gonna cap. Don't fucking ask me about Concord. I'm done with multiplayer. I'm not playing Concord. I'm not even.
You
gonna
didn't like Helldivers?
It's
I'm
not.
interested
It's
to
a
see
good
what
game.
Concord
I
is.
just don't want to invest in multiplayer no more. I just
It's
don't have the
repetitive.
energy.
It's repetitive. Just say it. It's
I want-
repetitive.
Multiplayer.
I want-
I don't even play Street Fighter no more. And I used to love. I don't want to invest in online to get better no more. I just want to play something.
The grind is crazy.
I don't want to practice or train. I just want to play a game, beat it, and then move on to the next game.
Yeah,
The
that's why
multiplayer
they
is not about that.
autoplay. That's why
Yeah.
PlayStation
Yo.
made that autoplay.
No, not
Yo,
me.
not
No,
that.
I beat my games.
Not that.
I want to earn and beat my shit.
Death Stranding
That's what I'm
2.
saying.
Have you seen Death Stranding 2? Have you seen Death
Yeah.
Stranding 2?
Oh yeah,
I
Death
have.
Stranding.
I gotta
But
play the
think that's
first one.
26.
I gotta play the first
Oh,
one.
don't play the first one. You hate it. It's literally a walking simulator. Don't play
It's
it. What the
FedEx.
fuck?
It's a FedEx
Why would you
simulator.
even?
No, I'm gonna
It's
say.
literally.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
walking
play it on
simulator.
PC. I'm gonna play it on
No.
PC.
I'm gonna say
Walking
this.
is a gameplay mechanic.
I'm gonna say this.
Like, that's how bad it is.
I'm gonna say
Don't
this.
do it.
I'm gonna say this. That game, you're either gonna enjoy it or you're
It's
gonna
not.
hate it. It's nothing in between. It's
Bro,
it's,
my gaming taste is weird, bro.
like
Because
some
I like
people.
porn.
Some people love it because of the way it is, which is weird.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
let me put it this way.
right?
Yo, Doc, you're not
It's
allowed
not
to
just-
like it. You're not allowed to like it. You
No,
can't
but
have been bashing walking simulators for 5
This
years
is the
and
listen.
then play Death
This
Stranding.
game's a walking simulator.
Mm-mm.
It is
Em,
the
em,
walkiness.
You're not allowed to like it.
I didn't
You're
bash
not allowed
Walking
to like it.
Simulator.
This
All I
game-
said
You're
is
not-
that the only thing that Sony has is walking simulators. But
this
even
game-
worse than that, the only thing that Sony has is grapple hooks, and you can only
Mhm.
climb ledges that are yellow. I can't stand it.
Okay.
No, Spider-Man.
That is the
can't
one thing. That is a
Spider-Man.
that is a one thing.
No, do not
That
compare
is the one
Insomniac
thing
to
they don't
everybody
have.
else. Insomniac is
Okay, Death Stranding
monster.
doesn't have yellow
Hey,
ledges.
Returnal
That's the
got a
one
jump
thing they
button.
don't have.
Returnal got a jump button.
Can you jump in Returnal?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have to.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
Is
You'll
that
be
on PC?
fucked. You'll be a
that on
yes.
PC?
You should
Yes,
play.
it is.
You need to
Okay,
play.
so it
Yes.
is.
Bet.
Look at
You know
this
that,
guy.
don't play
Look at
Death
this
Stranding.
motherfucker.
Don't
Look
play
at
Death
him.
Stranding.
You're like, is that on PC? But yo,
Hey, the same thing y'all doing to Xbox, I'm doing to PS5.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie.
I'll wait
you know,
for it.
But you know what I say? Play it on PC because I could just imagine how that shit would look on PC.
What?
Actually, no.
That's my favorite.
He
That's one of
doesn't
my
have that
favorite
kind of
games.
PC.
That's one of my favorite.
He doesn't have that
games.
kind of PC.
At 120 frames,
That's
1080p.
That's
gotta
one
be
of my
nice.
that's one of my favorite games. Is Returnal. Game is bad.
If you're not gonna have the ray tracing effects, it looks no better than the PS5 version. You might as well just turn on your PS5. Because it'll be free. Because you can get to a subscription and you're already paying for it. I don't even know why you complain.
He said.
I cancel my PlayStation subscription. I only
Okay,
have
you're not you're not PC Master Race. Until you're PC Master Race, you don't get to play the whole I can play better. You're not built like that. You're not built like that.
He said you gotta get the 4090 with the i7.
Yeah,
Oh, is that what it is? I got a console gamer,
64
gatekeeping me PC.
64. You need 64 gigs of RAM.
You're not built that way. I have 64 gigs of RAM, by the way. And that is the
64 gigs
minimum.
of RAM minimum.
That's minimum.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, man.
Man.
But hey, I don't know.
But you
Man.
can-
This
Y'all getting the PS5 Pro?
Oh.
I know you not, big bro. I know you not.
No. I said I'm a wait and see. I'm gonna wait and see.
No, you didn't get the PS4 Pro. You bashed everyone that got a PS4 Pro.
No,
Yeah, but that was a dumb thing.
I got a
because
PS4 Pro under my bed right now. You bashed
because,
it.
Yeah, because it sucks.
Yeah, no, it does not. The PS4 Pro does not
Yeah, it
suck, bro.
does.
It's
Yeah, it
trash,
does.
bro. It's trash.
Oh
Yeah, it
my
does. It's
gosh, what are
garbage.
y'all talking about,
It's
bro?
garbage.
Bro, listen.
Garbage.
You can't even get 60 frames on the PS4 Pro.
That's not what it was meant for, bro.
Exactly.
It was meant
It's
for
trash.
better visual
It
quality.
doesn't matter.
It's trash.
What's my
all
camera
it
always
was a
frozen?
resolution bump. Listen.
No, you're not
if
frozen.
the-
I can see you.
If the PS5 Pro is just another resolution bump, I'm not doing it. Nope. I need overall better machine. Meaning better.
want frames.
But I want frames. Yes, I want better frames, better graphical settings, like an actual, like when you buy a video card. Like if you upgrade your GPU, it's not just better resolution. You get to go up on everything. You get to go up on now. Even if it's moderate, it doesn't have to be like going from a 27 to a 49. I know it's not going to be that dramatic, but it needs to be better than the PS4 Pro.
Bro,
That
you
PS4
already
Pro
ha-
shit. Like nah, I'm not doing that.
You already have 60 frames. What more frames do you want?
But listen.
Hey,
It's 60
I
frames.
want God of
listen,
War 240.
It's 60 frames in
want
performance
what?
mode. It's 60 frames in performance mode. I want 60 frames in quality mode default. Like quality
You want like
mode.
4K 60?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I want 4K.
Or
120.
even checkerboard 4K 60. I'm cool with that.
Okay, okay,
Even
okay.
trickery. I'm fine with the pisser 4K. I'm
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now. People
give me
making
that
fun
pisser
of this,
4K. PC
people are making
gamers do
fun
that shit.
of upscaling, but let me tell you,
Don't do
upscaling
it.
is real, and I'm telling you, it's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah.
I don't give a
Listen.
damn who you are, unless you're Digital Foundry. I'm telling you right now, DLSS,
They
FSR2,
do it.
FSR3,
They do that shit.
it looks. I'm telling you right now,
I'm good.
it,
R. Kelly this shit. Piss on
Wait, what?
everything. You know what I'm
Wait
saying?
a minute.
Go R. Kelly, piss
what
on you.
happened? No, wait
I'll
a
piss on
minute.
you.
What happened?
Drip, drip,
No.
drip.
drip, drip, drip.
Drip, drip. You know what I'm saying? Pisser I'm
Yeah.
gonna call that shit Pisser 4K, boy, at 60 frames. I'm gonna change my podcast. You know?
No, that's crazy. That your podcast called 60 frames no
Frame,
lag.
no lag.
And you guys haven't had no 30 frame
No,
game.
please.
That's crazy, bro.
No.
Can you imagine if I had 60 frames no lag on my Xbox and all these 30 frame games?
You know what I'm saying? My shit's gonna be 60 frames no lag, Pisser enhanced. That's gonna be like membership.
You should call your podcast Game Pass No Devs. There you go.
Game
Pass
Pass,
no
no, that's the
Hey, what'll make you
Nope.
guys go to PC?
day and date.
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Day and date, you'll go to
Ooh.
PC?
Oh yeah, easy.
Okay. What about you, M?
Out.
Same thing, but
Ooh,
Same
out.
thing?
I'll be like, woo! Only because, and I'm gonna tell you why. Only because at that point, PlayStation, the console, is a generic box. It's same. So why would I play on the worst generic box when I could just play on the better box? Because they're not gonna focus on a console no more. We see what happens when you go day and date a PC. You just can't manage. You can't have individualism in an ecosystem where everything has to be treated the same. They have to release the same QC. It's just gonna lose. It's just while you see with Xbox, maybe not as bad, but to some level, you're gonna be like, damn, I own a PlayStation, but I see this other box and it just does it so much better.
Bobby,
It's
so
just-
you
it's
might
like,
be
why?
on PC faster than you think, bro.
I think.
Same thing, same
let me
thing.
put it this way: if they do day and date, they're not gonna do it this gen. They'll kick it off for next
Or
gen.
next gen.
Okay,
Or next
maybe.
gen. I don't think they're doing it.
If they do
You know,
it.
some people thought that the
Not this gen.
transition for Sony putting games on PC was to bring PC gamers over to console.
That's
Let
what
me
they
tell you
started.
this, man. Well, but let me tell you this, man. If PC gamers aren't even willing to make an account, they ain't coming. If PC gamers aren't even willing to make an account, a free account, they not coming. They not.
Yeah,
I agree.
Right. So
Yeah.
so now
Yeah.
so we'll see. Again, this is so interesting
So
what's happening,
now-
right? Because
so-
Sony's getting all this data now, right? So now they gotta figure this out. Like, oh,
Let me ask
snap,
you a
what
question,
happened?
because one of the topic was.
I
is
reversed
Sony-
my
is So-
thing though. I gave a positive review.
Let me
I
ask you
reversed.
this. So this is one of my questions. I want to see your point. Based on all this shit that happens, do you think Sony's re-strategizing their PC strategy? Do you think they look at PCs as something different? Like, wait a minute. Like, do you think anything's happening? Like, what do you think? Like, after seeing this, do you think Sony's like, what the fuck just happened with this?
Yeah, I
community?
think-
Did they fuck around and find out?
Yes, I think I don't understand. I don't know if it's greed. No, you know what? You guys talk about it. Business always wants to make more money, right? So we know that they always want to make more money. So I
Absolutely.
get that, right? And you can argue that they have tapped out. PlayStation has tapped out into the console market because even if you own an Xbox, you probably got a PS5,
Maybe.
right? Very seldom do you have people out there that only have an Xbox, right? But they're they exist or whatever, right? But so they probably have to look at a different market to make money. But now it's like, how much money can they make from that market? And then is the juice worth their squeeze? And they learned a very valuable lesson right now. If they're not willing to make an account, they're not going to be willing to change over, right? And PC gamers are very patient gamers, bro. They'll sit there with their 4090s, and like I said, they'll play Stardew Valley until that game that they want to come out will come out. They will wait. They will. I'm telling you right now, right? They will wait for sales. They're not paying full price for stuff. I know people want to say that they pirate everything. It's not that they pirate, but they'll wait for a sale on a game. They'll spend all the money on the peripheral and the freaking and the monitors. But for the game, they'll wait,
and all that shit.
bro. Yeah. So Sony's got to figure out, okay, how do I tap into this market? And Helldivers, let me tell you right now, man, it's hard to make a live service game successful. Especially in this PC realm, and Sony did it. They got it. So I'm glad that they reversed this because this is going to keep the game alive. This game has been steady, dominating. You don't even see Xbox podcasters talking crap about this game. That means the game is doing great, right? So Sony can't afford to lose that. But if Sony thinks that they're going to bring Helldivers over to console, it's now it's not happening. But a free account, they wouldn't even make a free account.
Yeah,
They're
that's
not doing it.
crazy.
So they got to change it. But the problem is that they got to make more money.
Yes.
They can't just stay stagnant. Right? That's what what's that financial guy that came out and said it?
Hiroki Totoki.
Yeah, he said it. Like, we're dominating, but we can't stay like this. So what's the answer?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's what
it
they
is.
should figure out.
That's for. I think they just need to. Well, it's really hard to say. I think here's one thing I think is a problem. I look at these game studios like the way I look at airlines. If your plane's on the ground, you're not making money. You need to get that plane off the ground, up in the air to make money, right? So when you have a studio and you have a console gen, and at best, your studio makes 1.5 games, and what I mean by 1.5 games, they release a game, a AAA game, 5 years in, and then the second game is like a cross-gen game, you really didn't make a lot of money. Because, like, you got all these tools, you got all these compilers, you got all this stuff, and now you made 1.5 games, and now you're starting a new gen. Like, you need to make more games. So the question is, how can you get your studios to produce more content, you know, with the right budget and the right stuff? Because I don't see just making 1 or 2 games a whole generation in the 8-year gen as profitable. Like, you got this new console, right? And then you got these new tools with ray tracing, whatever, and you spend all this money, and then you hire all these devs that has these skills, and you're paying them money, and you just made 1 game? And then the next game you make don't come out until like almost when the new console comes out? That's bugged out. Like, I would expect at least 3 or 4 games in this 8-year cycle. Like,
Answer me this question too.
I don't know.
This doesn't make sense to me either. is Nexus actually making money? Because
No,
I'm
no,
sure
they-
they're not putting the games for free. I'm sure
No.
they're not putting these games for
Nexus-
free. Yeah,
Nexus-
are they actually seeing a profit from what
PC
they're the
ports?
games that they actually
Yes.
put? Yeah, from PC ports.
They're- so
Okay,
they're
so
saying
that's
that-
actually
almost-
working.
Yeah, so they're saying there's a good return on investment because it's a cheap port
Okay.
and they make 1 or 2 million. Yeah, but that's what I'm
Okay,
wondering
good.
about the whole day and day across the board. Like, are they gonna, like, for example, when I talk to like PC guys, right? So let's say like God of War, I think like Horizon Zero Dawn, right? Horizon Zero Dawn sold like 2 million on PC, but it sold 18 million on console. So I'm thinking, why didn't like if Horizon Zero Dawn would have been day and day, would it actually sell 6-7 million? Like, and if it would have, where did those 4 or 5 million people go? You're telling me 4 or 5 million people are not going to buy the game because they had to wait for it like 2-3 years later? I don't think so. I think we're extreme. I don't think there's a lot of PC gamers, that like PlayStation games. Sure, you'll get your 1 million, 2 million or so, but I don't think, unless it's like something like Helldivers, like something like a breakout hit, I don't think most games will reach 5, 6, 7 million on PC on the PlayStation, even if
Can we be honest? PC users don't generally.
I just don't
like
see
they have
them
they
really
have
liking
they have
PlayStation
the
games like that.
staple.
Listen,
Not even outside of PlayStation games. Take a look at Power World. It was big right before Helldivers. It was the biggest thing since January, right? And then it just completely dropped like a stone. They dip into your gaming experience. They enjoy it for like a day or two, and then they post the screenshots or whatever, and then they move right back to CS:GO and League of Legends and things like that.
Well,
These are not people that are looking. Like, people keep talking about how Steam has like thousands of games, and they play maybe a percentage of that. That is literally it. Like you said, by comparison, all of them will do research into the LED backgrounds, into the LED fans, into the monitors, into the curved screens. They enjoy the process of building a gaming setup way more than they actually enjoy gaming, because they will build an entire gaming setup, and at most they'll play 1 or 2 games, and then from time to time they will buy one experience to try. Even Helldivers. That thing, take a look at it. It was at 400,000. Now it's a concurrent of 200,000 players, right? Now it's like down to 100,000. 6 months from now, Helldivers, unless they get like major updates that are going to like revivify, the player base, they're going to coast around 80,000 active users on Steam. That's where they're going to go. PC gamers aren't built that way. Like, people want to make it seem like, oh my god, I get all these games on PC, and it's like, yeah, because you're a console gamer at heart, and you just chose a PC platform. So you actually have love for gaming. It's actually what you're there for. You are actually there to enjoy games. PC users, they're not there for gaming. They're there for the gaming setups. It's what they're there for.
I'll tell you this. I will say this. PC gamers are very quick to change focus on games that don't have them locked in, but they'll all have a core game that's their game.
Yeah.
Like when Valorant hooked people, it hooked them. It was a wrap. When Apex Legends hooked people, it hooked them. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah, Overwatch. Yeah, when they hooked them, it hooked them. It's so anything else that comes out is always going to compete against that.
Yes.
Right? Something that they've grinded and all that other stuff, right? So they'll play it, they'll dabble in it, and then boom, they'll go back, right? It's the game that they'll always go back.
It's
So
the wifey. It's the wifey stripper scenario.
That's the difference.
You chill with the stripper for a couple of hours, but you got to go back home to wifey.
Come back home. Yeah, that's the difference. That's where it gets difficult. So that's why if Helldivers can be that for some PC gamers, that's huge. That's why if Sony gets their foot in that, that's huge. The single player games are never going to be that. That's why I always thought it was funny when people showed like single player games concurrent numbers on Steam.
That's gonna
I'm glad
drop.
You mentioned that.
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna drop regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Like 200 people.
But here's my
that shit's gonna drop to like 200 people.
Yeah, it's gonna drop regardless.
Yo, Doc, here's my point, though. If you know that, Sony knows it too. That's why when people keep saying like they will go day and date, I'm like, no, why would they?
No, M. Sony knows what I don't know. Sony has numbers that I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean. So that's where we look at all this stuff. We gotta. I always think we gotta humble ourselves. Yeah, we gotta humble ourselves and realize, like, okay, something is not making sense. Like we see that subscription services constantly are saying that they're not making money, but everyone's doing subscriptions. So they know something that we don't know. Maybe, like you said, Big Bro, they're banking on something that's gonna happen later on where they lock everybody in, right? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the big bamboozle. Maybe that's the Trojan horse. I don't know what it is. Sony clearly cares about PC players. Why? I don't know. When they're dominating console-wise, right? So there's something there that
because you always care about the new player more than you. I said this I think a week ago. No, 2 weeks ago because we didn't have the podcast.
Yeah.
You always care more about a new customer than you do your current customer. That's every single company.
Yeah.
Like if you're subscribed to AT&T, they're going to give
I hate
a
that
new
with the
player like
phones.
me. Exactly, they're gonna give me. They're gonna give me a
They get the
30%
best deals to the
discount.
people who don't have the phones.
Exactly.
Open up
You've been there
a
for
new
7
line.
years.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Open the line, you
Yeah,
get a
$45. Like, what about me?
Ooh,
$100.
you got a point, Em. You got a point, Em.
That's why you gotta come here. That's why you gotta come here.
So why didn't you believe that they were gonna bend the knee to the PC gamers though? Why didn't you?
No. Here's the thing about the PC terrorists. Okay, here's the thing.
PC terrorists.
They were not being reasonable.
That's their new name. PC terrorists.
And listen. They were not being reasonable. You can't capitulate to the 3-year-old at the checkout line because they say I want a chocolate and I'm gonna throw a tantrum. You reward that shit, and now you can never win again. That was the reason they should have either never put themselves in that position, or they should have held fast and then just found a way to rectify the situation for the people that were affected.
Oh yeah,
but
here's the thing. Now. They're screwed now.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I said. You can't give up.
PC guys, like, they feel like gods. Oh, yo, this shit is funny. I have never lost to them. You can't tell them nothing.
Hey, bro, I attached to that. I was like, I'm a PC guy now too. Look how we made this.
That's your Steve. Exactly. They're like, hey guys, I did my part.
I said, thank you, Sony, for listening. Don't you ever play with us again. Don't you ever play with us again.
Doc is like, why the fuck is he there? He got PSN. This shit's already linked. What the fuck is
I got a PC last week, and I'm like, I'm part of the PC mastering. Oh, man.
Yo, Doc. That's what I'm saying. All of these companies care more about the people that are not in the ecosystem. That's what they all do. You know, every single one. The only ones that I think don't actually care like that is some automotive companies. Like if you go to Porsche and you are a new buyer, they don't give a fuck about you. They are more interested in selling to the people that's bought 4 or 5 different Porsches than they are to sell to you. And so that's the only example I think of. Actually, no, there's a few, like Rolex does it as well. Luxury brands, they care more about customer loyalty than they care about building the relationship with your customer. Unless you're going to walk in and say, I want to buy 6 cars at once, in which case you're going to get a real treatment. But aside from that, they are the only industry that I kind of come up against where I'm like, yeah, these guys care way more about legacy customers than they do about new customers. Everybody in consumer electronics though, new customers all day. New customers all day. They will always give the better deal. If I want to recharge my PlayStation Extra for an entire year, I have to pay full price. If I want to do it on a brand new account and get an entire year, I get 40% off. Same person, same card, same everything. I just change a few details. That means I'm a new customer to them. I get the deal. But I've been supporting them for 17 years or 25 years or whatever have you.
Yeah.
Don't care. If you want to get the best deal, you know, you've got your internet provider, you hop around. Every 6 months, change them. That's how you keep getting the best deals. Otherwise, once they lock you in, they're like, yeah. I called up my internet service provider and I was like, hey, these guys have this deal over there that is enticing me to go away. They were like, yeah, bye, Felicia. I was like, really? You're not even going to try to like give me anything that matches? Like, even if you can't give me as good a deal, I don't want to go through the inconvenience of not having the internet for a few days. So just give me a little bit, just like 10% off. They were like, yeah, no, we'll see you later. And I was like, okay.
You mentioned it right there, man. It's the inconvenience, right? So that's the same way like Verizon gets you locked in, right? And even like Sony, Apple, that's how they lock you in. Yeah. Once you're locked into something and you try to leave, it becomes inconvenient. Xbox has made it very convenient to leave the console, and that's why it's kind of weird. Like I left the Xbox console, and I don't feel like I've lost anything. What I've
lost feel the difference.
I lost quick resume. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, what happened, big bro? What are you reading?
Oh shit! So the co-director of Arkane Lyon, studio co-director, his name is Dinga Bakaba. Says studio co-creative director, Arkane Lyon, Blade, Deathloop, Dishonored, Grey Matter. He said this This is absolutely terrible. Permission to be human. To any executive reading this, friendly reminder that video games are an entertainment cultural industry, and your business as a corporation is to take care of your artists, entertainers, help them create value for you. Don't throw us into gold fever gambits. Don't use us as strawmen for miscalculations, blind spots. Don't make our work environment Darwinist jungles. You say we make you proud when we make a good game. Make us proud when times are tough. We know you can. We've seen it before. For now, great teams are sunsetting before our eyes again, and it's a fucking gut stab. Lyon is safe, but please be tactful and discerning about all this, and respect affected folks' voice and leave it room to be heard. It's their story to tell, their feelings to express. Inside baseball, but if I read immersive sim curse from the community, especially from a fellow dev, I swear to God, please, let's talk about the real challenges instead of rehashing irrational anxieties of the past. Even more inside baseball, but with a very, very wide range, as a wise and sorely missed man said, please stop. And he's working for Microsoft. Oh shit, he is not happy with this shit.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah, you can't say great job, Hi-Fi Rush, and then cancel them.
Exactly.
Nobody give a fuck about it.
You
Like,
can't
you
do
I'm
can't
with
say,
Microsoft on this one.
yo, you can't say, yeah, we got 2 million players. We're shutting them down.
Yeah, it don't make no sense.
Those 2 million players didn't stay. I blame the gamers.
Redfall makes sense.
We acquired Lionhead and
Yo,
Redfall makes sense, but still, like Hi-Fi Rush doesn't make sense. I don't know, man.
let me see. Oh, Tim Dog. Let me put this on the screen. Tim Dog doing some shit. This is the last thing before we go. Let me see. Check this out, people.
we acquired Lionhead in 2006. Shut it down in
You put it up?
2016.
Oh, you did.
A couple years later, we reflected back on that experience. What did we learn? How do we not repeat our same mistakes?
You acquire a studio for what they're great at now, and your job is to help them accelerate how they do what they do, not them accelerate what you do.
Oh my lord.
Oh,
We
man. They
acquired
call
Lionhead in 2006.
Microsoft
Shut it
with
down
their
in
pants
2006.
down. They're talking about, oh, man. Talking about you acquire studios so you can accelerate what they do. Bullshit. Man. Phew, Tim Dog murdered.
I'm telling you right now, bro, that Activision
Bodies.
duty deal must be making them a lot of money.
Yo, I think, yo, this is bad. Like, how many
That's
more?
makes
Listen, last topic, because I asked these guys. Well, I didn't
Oh,
ask. This is my opinion. I'm going to say my last opinion. I think Ninja Theory is next. Because think about it. They haven't done shit since 2020. And I'm telling you, Hellblade's not going to beat that game. Not saying I have anything. I love Hellblade. But it is not a big phenom game. It's not going to sell a lot. And it's on Game Pass.
Yep.
And it took them 5 years to make that game. They announced that shit in 2019.
Yeah.
Ninja Theory's next, because after Ninja Theory, after that, what they're gonna do? They're gonna make them do another game for 5 years.
Bro,
keep them for another 5 years.
The object is money. If Call of Duty is enough, they could shut everything down.
And they can't.
I mean-
yeah, and Ninja Theory can't make a multiplayer game because they tried. Bleeding Edge was a wrap after a year, so they had their shot at a live service game and it failed.
But maybe these studios could be picked up by somebody else.
Wow. But that's the thing, because
Maybe some of these
somebody
developers could be picked up
mentioned
by somebody
why
else.
didn't they offer Tango Works to be sold? Why did they shut them down? Why not say, hey, on
Because
the
that costs
low?
extra money.
Does it?
Why would they do that? Why would they do
sell
that?
it?
They'll have to put them up for sale for like 2 months just to see if there's a buyer. Go through the whole rigmarole of, okay, here's a contract. We keep this IP. We keep. It's just easy to shut them down.
Or just give
Why would
them
you?
all the IPs. Like, fuck it, just take everything. That's
Why?
what Square
Why would they
Enix
do
did.
that? IP is
Square
everything.
Enix did that shit. Square Enix said, you know what? We're getting rid of everybody and all the IPs.
Because
Remember
Square
when
Enix doesn't have billions, trillions.
I'm sure they're
That's
keeping
true.
some people,
That's true.
right?
I don't know, man. I
They're gonna
hope.
be
Like,
keeping some people.
Square Enix needed a sale.
Yeah, that's true. They need that
Microsoft
money.
doesn't.
Yeah,
But okay, let me put it this way, yeah.
You're
Let's say
right.
you have an item that is hanging around, and you're like, I could sell it, but I can't be bothered going through the process of Facebook Marketplace. I put up for a fair price. People want to give me half of that, doing this and that. Or people want to visit their house just to try it. Or I could just get rid of it, and then it's just out of sight, out of mind, and I could just be at peace.
That's a good point, because like the shit I sold, is stuff that I didn't want to throw away because it was too much trouble.
Yeah.
So really, I just like, hey, I'll sell this shit for like $5. And what I really wanted was just for them to pick it up, so I don't have to throw it away.
Yeah, exactly.
It was more the convenience.
But now imagine if you're a millionaire.
Like I got
Imagine
rid
if
of a
you're
pool table for like $50.
Yeah.
I had a pool table,
Listen.
nice, but I was gonna take it with me, but I didn't want to like get a truck or whatever to throw it away because I couldn't put it on the front of the house. So I just put it up like, hey, $50 for pool table. All I wanted was just out of my house. That's it.
But that's again because you were putting it dirt cheap, right?
Yeah.
If they want to sell, it takes a whole process to sell a studio.
Yeah,
Just easier to just get rid of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wow.
Contracts. We keep this. You keep this. You want to negotiate? Oh, you want it half price? No, really, it's worth more.
Got it. Yeah.
Why?
Wow.
Why? And again, they have trillions. They don't need to sell.
No.
Again,
It's
like for
probably
me,
cheaper.
I've gotten rid of items. I've gotten rid of items that would sell for hundreds of dollars, but I'm just like, I can't be bothered going through the 3 months or the 3 weeks process of going through. I've got a table tennis thing right now, like it's a robot that I'm selling, and even though I put it up with a great price, as soon as people see that price, they want half of it, and I'm like, no, like I'm not going to sell it for you for half that price because it's already good. You already know it's a good price. You know, if I put it at the full price, you would have told me this price. I thought I would just save both of us the time, but no, you want to come and haggle. So why would Microsoft haggle? Again, if I was a millionaire, I'd just put the item in the bin. You know, I just bid it and be done with it. And if I want to buy it again, I'll just buy another one. Phil Spencer is like, such as wait, why would I sell this? If I want to buy them later, I just buy them again.
Yeah.
Like those developers, if they go make up a new studio, and such as like, you know what, I changed my mind, I'll just buy you again.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have money.
So I think Ninja Theory is next, man. I don't see that studio lasting long. Because the only other thing from them is Project Mara, and we haven't heard no updates from that.
I think Obsidian is next. Why would they have Bethesda and Obsidian?
I want to see what happens on the 9th. I want to see what possibly
after
they
Avowed?
can show.
Oh shit! Imagine
After Disavowed, yes.
After Avowed, oh man, this has been like at that point you have to ask, like, who's next?
They put Pentiment. They're bringing Disavowed. As soon as Disavowed comes and bombs, because it will, they're next. They're next.
Because Avowed looks like a niche game. It doesn't look like it's a game for everybody.
I know, man.
Yo, Avowed came out looking fire. It looked like a better
The
version
original
of Skyrim.
graphics
It looked amazing. It looked amazing. I was into it.
And
And then we saw the gameplay, and I was like,
They went to
Jesus,
Sea
what
of
did they do
Thieves.
to my boy?
They went to Sea of Thieves graphics.
The Sea of Thieves did.
Yeah. True Witty, last super chat of the night. He said, Microsoft Hi-Fi Rush is doing well. Fuck, we can't allow our devs to do greatness. Damn it. We are Microsoft. Damn, we don't need Japan. We are American. Damn it. Yeah, listen, anyway, hey. Let's just wrap this up. We're gonna start off with my little bro. Let him know videos, what's going on, what's the next topic. I know you're gonna talk about this. You have talked. Did you make a video already about the shutdown studio?
No, I haven't, not yet. I gotta figure out what angle I want to take.
Time to go to the laundry room.
Yeah.
Leave the door open. I like the door open. Leave the washing machine
the washing machine.
Leave the door open. Yeah,
Leave the washing machine open. Those are like, what is it? Like Easter. You gotta leave it. You know what you gotta start doing? Leave Easter eggs. Like somewhere hidden.
Yeah. People to pick out.
You gotta start leaving Easter eggs. Like people can start noticing.
Yeah, I like when people like show up to my video like they've never seen me before. They'd be like, "Look at this loser doing this video from the laundry room." They'll be like, "You're new here, right?"
Wait,
Yeah.
They just gotta look at your page. You see, like your whole page, like.
Yo, hold on.
like
Do you know about trypophobia?
What?
You know about trypophobia? The fear of holes.
The fear of holes.
Oh yeah,
Trypophobia.
Yes.
Yeah, it gives your laundry, according to some of your comments, gives people that. The laundry, yeah. Because they look at the holes and they change size, yeah. They move, yeah. So leave the door open.
Oh god. But yeah, you can find me on my channel, DocDog1985. You can find me on Twitch as well. I am now gaming a lot more on PC, and it's because I was told by the PlayStation community and my own Xbox community to stop complaining about 60 frames. So go to PC, and I did, and then they still got mad at me.
Like damn, like you listened to them and they still got mad.
Yeah, and they don't like when I say I'm more Xbox than them because I'm actually doing what Xbox clearly wants us to do. In my opinion, I'm actually doing exactly what Xbox wants us to do, which is game on whatever screen you want to game on for whatever, you know. So it is what it is. But yeah, thank you for having me on, bro.
The truth is, he's a pony bot. He's a pony
I'm not
bot.
a pony. Don't say that, man. You're gonna mess up my stuff, man. Shout out to you, M. You know I appreciate you, puppy.
We're gonna get that platinum.
That's what gets me in trouble is that I'm cordial with all you guys.
I'm gonna get
That's
that
what gets
platinum.
me in trouble with the Xbox community.
What
They get mad at me. They be like, "You rub elbows with them too much." I'm like, "No, sometimes they say things that make sense. Most of the time they don't make sense, but sometimes they do."
We're gonna get that platinum in Spider-Man. We're gonna make sure your son.
Bro,
Spider-Man.
isn't that crazy?
And,
that my son
and
said
Horizon
that?
Zero Dawn and God of War, the trifecta.
But
And
you
I'm
know
gonna
what?
tell King Thrash, hey, check this dude's platinum out.
Check his score.
He's gonna do what you do. He's gonna be like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Look.
Look at this Xbox right here.
Yeah,
he ain't platinum his Xbox games, but on PlayStation, he's getting his play.
Every time he does those videos exposing people, I'm like, damn, am I gonna be on it? But he let me be. He hit me up before. He know I play. He know I be playing.
Yeah, you play games, all right. Extreme, my brother.
Listen, I'm gonna encourage Doc's son not to platinum the game. Just collect the backpacks. Just the backpacks alone.
Just get that trophy.
Just don't even get the
trophy.
platinum. Just get the
trophy.
trophy. Just get the backpacks. The platinum is giving him too much.
And we're gonna take that picture. We're gonna take that. We're gonna get the backpack. The backpack trophy. That's all we need. Just collect the backpack. We're gonna get that.
And then, you know how when it pops the trophy, it will cause the thing. Just upload that to Twitter. Yeah, just upload
my
the
God.
backpack collection to Twitter. There we go. There we
That's
go.
horrible.
Gonna get him.
Yeah. Tell your son. That's what he should threaten you with.
The backpack.
Okay, listen, guys.
Yeah.
You can find me on my channel, okay? If you wanted to have a great time celebrating with me what happened with the Helldivers 2 and the PC bitch made master race, you know, the peasantry that they are, and the tears, and you want to just see me have a great time with all of that, you can find it on my channel. Because, man, these little whiners and hypocrites and complainers, little crybabies, it was great. It was lovely. I had a lovely time. So that's what you can find on my channel. And in the future, I am looking forward to the Xbox Showcase, not only to see games that we're going to play in 2029, but to see the games coming for the PlayStation 5. So I'm looking forward to that. Game Pass, though. Game Pass.
Game Pass. That's right. Game Pass.
Game Pass. That's what we're playing. We're playing Game Pass. Hey,
there we go.
To my friends, my fellow gamers, obviously, you only friend these YouTube streets, PorterRock77. Hey, it's good to be back. You know, took a week off. You know what I'm saying? But this week we're back. Man, the topics were hot. Little bro showed up. But he's enjoying PC Master Race life. He came in, kept his foot on Sony's neck. He ain't logging in shit, even though he's already logged in. But nobody gotta say nothing. Shh. The point is, he's PC Master Race. You can't tell him nothing. That's the principle. He's not gonna log in unless it's Grand Theft Auto 6, because he will log in for that one. You will log in. That you have no choice. Rockstar, go. I dare you try to do PC Master Race with Rockstar.
Bro, that game might make me get a PS5 Pro, bro.
Which game?
If they say that game is gonna be running at 60 on the PS5 Pro.
Don't worry, it went on 60 on the base PS5. It's a powerful console.
Hold on, let me see. Let me show you. Let me see if I can find this picture. This alone is gonna make you. This picture alone is gonna make you get a PS5 Pro to play this game. Give me a second.
Your poll, by the way, the poll results are interesting. You put up a poll there. And
all right, so
yeah, you won't believe it. You won't believe it.
So the poll is So let me end the poll right now. So the poll was: will PlayStation open their own PS Store? And 53% said yes, 46% said no after 340 votes. So
PlayStation Store on PC.
53% feel that Sony will open their own PlayStation Store.
So Craig wasn't that wrong. I thought Craig was on his own there, and there was 65 million.
Hold on, what you guys think? You guys think they won't?
I think they won't. Their own store, they're gonna get slaughtered by Steam. Their own,
but they got nothing to lose.
Bro, you just said yourself, Steve. Bro, you said Steve. These guys won't even make a free account. They're gonna buy games on the PlayStation Store. Shit, they're about to firebomb Sony headquarters if they did that. You said,
but everybody gets destroyed by Valve. Everybody does.
Steam is God. I don't know. Steam is God. So them dudes, they're not trying to hear it.
Yo, dog, if you saw Mike Tyson just in public, yeah, and there's a line, and it's just a line of people walk up to him and getting knocked out. Just walk up, get knocked out. Walk up, get knocked out. Walk up, get knocked out again. Why would you walk up? That's what I'm saying. Valve has been knocking everyone out. Why would Sony walk up to also get knocked out? I'm just like, do you not see what's happening?
No,
Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
So they can sell the subscription service on it.
Look at the screen.
They can have PS Plus. Let me see.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen. This is PS5 Pro right here. This is good. This is a leaked footage. Grand Theft Auto 6. Yep, we getting that Pro, dog.
Damn.
We getting the Pro, dog. We getting the Pro. We getting that Pro. We getting that Pro. Bro, it's a wrap. In fact, I want the Pro box to be that. Doesn't even need to say PlayStation. Just that. Just put it on the box. Just put it on the box.
Why is that a car and a boat at the same time? I don't get that photo.
Where you see the car?
It's a car boat. It's a car boat. Yeah, where you see the car?
There's a car?
What's the steering wheel? That looks like a car.
Oh, shit, that is a steering wheel. I didn't notice that.
That doesn't look like a real photo to me.
I don't know.
Like, you guys are just looking at the assets, and I'm like, wait, let's check out all...
Do we care about anything? Let's see, you're a photographer. you want to... I don't give it... That's all that's needed right there. That's
no. Em, you're a photographer?
Yeah.
No wonder all your stuff is like aesthetic. That's why I was like, how's his house like that? He don't live there. He don't live there. Clearly he don't live there. Everything's freaking symmetrical. Either he's a psychopath or that makes sense. I was like, this guy's a serial killer. There's no way.
Or a photographer.
Or a photographer. Either one of the two. There's no way.
I'm glad I'm the right version of that.
Yeah.
Yo.
That makes sense.
At least he's wearing a black shirt. Before, when he was in a white shirt, that shit was all white. I'm like, in crisp. I'm like, man, this guy has the crispiest
This is my
image.
fighting attire. This is my fighting attire.
He has the crispiest image. Like, period.
Yeah.
The white, it was like all white. I'm like, this dude has the crispiest white image. And I'm like, oh, shit. Anyway.
That was Chill Emmanuel. That was Chill Emmanuel. Today was war.
But anyway. You saw the picture.
You and me are in here with just random shirts and stuff.
I got this poster that everybody's trying to buy.
Bro, you gotta get rid of that poster, bro.
No, that's
it's good.
That's it. Everybody's trying to buy it. I even had an offer for $300 for that poster.
And you didn't give it away?
No, that shit's staying, bro. This shit's staying.
You got paint tape? You got it up on paint with paint tape?
No, it's not paint tape. This thing.
Okay.
It's a poster. It's a legit poster.
Okay.
This shit's like 8 feet tall. I have like it's stuffed.
Oh, okay.
It's fucking huge. I got it from I told you a story about this poster, right?
Yeah.
I know you guys. I don't think I told you. So my next door, well, he used to be my neighbor.
Oh, yeah, you told me. Your next door neighbor. Yeah.
He worked for Sony.
Yeah. And you didn't know
the
that.
whole time you could have been an insider.
I had the plug, bro. And I fucked it up, bro. We used to just talk about weightlifting because he was Diesel. He's a dude from Serbia. The dude was jacked, bro. Listen, when he says Sony, I would have lost the bet because I'm thinking he was maybe like one of those, work for the Serbian mob. He looked like one of them.
Yeah.
Like he would beat people up and hurt people, collect money.
Yeah.
When he told me he worked for Sony in the electronics, planning department, and he's moving to Texas, I was like, what?
No, but he still beats people up. Like, no, you're not wrong.
I'm thinking like this guy works for the Serbian mob, just like collecting.
He was beating all the Xbox representatives. That's why they're being kicked out of Target.
Diesel. I'm like, that's the last job I thought he was doing. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he gave me this poster, and then he showed me all these electronic stuff. I'm like, fuck, I had the plug. I would have had the inside scoop. Look at that, but no.
But now we all have it because you don't have to say who your insider is. You could just say you got one. I do it all the time. It works.
What? You got one, or just say you have one?
I just say I have when I put things online and it works.
It makes some shit.
Yeah. People.
Everyone else does it.
I just say some crazy stuff on Twitter, like I heard from my sources. What are they gonna tell me? Who's your sources? Nobody else gotta tell you.
I can't tell
you. The janitor.
Like I can't tell
you. See, M knows too much about me, bro. That's why the janitor. Yo, these janitors running wild, bro. I'm so happy right now.
The game's going to PS5, though. They were right. Those janitors were right.
Oh,
They-
We just heard the conversations. They were right
No.
about
They
that.
might be right about Starfield too. They might
They
be
might be right about Starfield.
2020. I'm telling you, 2024. I didn't think this year was gonna start out like this. Holy shit,
All right, bro, we
This
gotta
is
get out of
good,
here,
bro.
bro. We
Anyway,
gotta
we're
get
out
out
of
of
Yeah,
here.
man,
I
I
know it's
gotta go
late for
to
y'all.
man.
You
Let's
guys
go.
take care. Hey, your only friend is
Early
YouTube
for
Streets
the
Puerto
show.
Rock 77. See you guys next week. You guys take care. Hope you enjoyed the show. Peace.